So, welcome to the GESARA show, number 006.
That's right, number 006.
Double O
What,
Six.
what are we going to do with 007?
Exactly. 007 is going to be another special. 007 is going to be our Bond themed episode.
Exactly.
I'm going to, yeah, so we can say I'm Bond, Zim Bond, not Jim Bond or James Bond, but Zim Bond. We're going to be talking about the how to prepare for your meeting for Zims and things on Thursday's episode, not tonight, on Thursday. So it's going to, so yeah, there are so many things which came together. April the 7th, the 7th episode. Bond. I mean, how can we not do a Bond episode with all these things coming together at the same time? You know, everybody associating, and of course, getting Zims out. You know that we're all those with Zims are preparing for the meeting.
Exactly. So sorry, folks, I'm having a little difficulty here. I got a ground loop going on. And so if you hear clicking noises, that's my microphone. For whatever reason, it's got a little ground loop in it.
That's right. Yeah, so it was rather loud in the last show, and it was obviously coming from Billy's microphone, because when his microphone switched off, you couldn't hear it, and I thought he had fixed it, and he thought he'd fixed it, but it seems to be still there. So maybe you can just keep your microphone muted when you're not talking. That would probably help, Billy. Okay.
I will attempt to do so. So let's go ahead and get into the intel, and then we'll move on from there. We're going to do the hydration app a little bit later. For those of you who missed it the last time, we'll do another demonstration. You'll need 2 glasses, clear. A wine glass works very well, a stemmed wine glass with no etchings, no pattern, no graphics or anything on it. Clear glass.
Yeah? It has to be clear on the side. That's right. No.
Right. And then from there, you'll need something bitter, such as orange juice, lemon juice, pineapple juice, something natural, all right, or whiskey. I prefer a nice single malt scotch myself, but that's my own personal preference, a Balvenie Doublewood or a Budenhaben 12-year-old. But we'll be getting into that a little bit later on. Peter, let's go ahead and get on with the intel. Pass me the host duties, if you would, please. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Not pass. Okay, if you would, Commander.
I will transfer. How about that?
Transfer.
Okay.
We don't want the host to pass. Okay.
Yeah, he wrote that on the when he was creating the index. One of the items he put was passing of the host, and I said, sorry, we can't have that because that will be misunderstood. So I'm now going to transfer the host to Billy.
Very good, Commander. Okay, I have the con.
You have the con. Now, Zoom is looking a bit strange today, because normally I can see all the participants listed, but the only participant I can see now is Billy. When I look at the participants list, it's kind of strange.
Yeah, you have to put yourself in gallery mode to see everybody.
Yeah, I can see the people. No, I'm talking about when you click on participants. You normally see a long list of people in the group. I only see one, and that's Billy.
I see everybody. Everybody's here. We're up to about 196.
All right. Okay.
All right. So go ahead, take it away.
All right. Okay. So, how are we doing? How are we doing with members? Because we normally don't get into too deeper stuff until about 10 past to give people a chance to join, because I can see the.
All right, we're up to about 200 right now.
That's right. Yeah, we normally get about double that at least at the beginning, and so we will prepare. So just a reminder: on Thursday we have another special, a Bond themed special. as I'm sure you may have seen on the text, the info I already sent out if you're on the Telegram group. And it's, of course, not about a secret service or spying or anything. It's about the ZIM bonds. That means for humanitarian projects, preparing for your meeting, when you're going to present that kind of thing. I think that is a topic which is very apt and very timely right now. And, when I saw that our seventh GESARA show, because this is the sixth one, our seventh GESARA show is on April the 7th. And it's very timely to talk about bonds. I just couldn't resist saying we're going to do a bond themed show. It just, there are some things which are just so obvious, you just have to do them. So last time we did a hydration app themed show, which we're going to do a little bit of that again today, but not so long. Just basically run through the experiment. And but today is a normal show. We have to have normal shows, and with normal shows, obviously, we're going to have the news, and there's a lot of good news today. It's when I was preparing for this, I normally sort of print out the stuff which is important, and just mark the things I want to talk about. And I just kept saying, wow, this is great. Yeah, it looks like things are really starting to happen, and it looks like the coming week is going to be very, very interesting for us all. We're at 10 past, so I can now move on to the intel. Have any? Yeah, a few people have joined since 10 past, since the last 5 minutes.
2:15 as I see it now, and yes, Miss Moneypenny may be making an appearance on Thursday.
Miss Moneypenny, yes, if she's got a pretty penny, yes, and maybe even Q, perhaps. I find it very interesting how
exactly Q is definitely going to make an appearance.
I find it interesting how in major film and TV series, Q keeps popping up. Like, it's like in movies. We have Q in Star Trek, we have Q in James Bond films,
and it's been mentioned several other places too.
Yeah,
in different television series and in the movies. So
that's right.
Keeps popping up, that letter Q. Strange.
That's right. And even if you're waiting to go into a movie theater, you're also in a queue.
Mm-hmm.
So it pops up everywhere.
Exactly.
Okay, let's get on to the intel, and I'm sure you'll like the news which we have today.
All right. So people are saying that your mic is a little bit too soft.
My microphone is too soft. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that any better? That
sounds a lot better to me. Yeah.
A lot better.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right. Yes. Then I hope I can be. Yes. Everybody's saying yes. Yes. Amazing. Really. Oh wow. Okay. Okay. Right. Let's get on to the news. So, the mass media is kind of the enemy of the people, as we all know. We've been following this, and if you've been watching the mass media, it's full of BS, as to what's really happening. I can't watch it anymore. I mean, I know people around me who watch it, and I occasionally watch it just to see what's on. Where I am, I can watch the German news, and I can use the British news on the BBC or Sky News, and it's like they're all reading from the same playbook, and it's a false narrative. And one thing they're refusing to talk about is the all the problems with with Hunter Biden and his laptop, all those problems. But that is going to be the thing which is going to bring President Biden, if president is perhaps the wrong word, Resident Biden, to fall. Because even news about that is beginning to leak through. About the laptop, even on mainstream media, that is beginning to be reported. It's because it's come out that Hunter Biden was not just involved in some rather sordid sex things of kids, he was also involved in these biolabs to a great deal. And in on the documents found on his laptop, tons of stuff has been found that he was basically setting it all up in Ukraine with these biolabs where they were developing chemical weapons to kill us. In fact, they were first of all developing very much DNA-specific weapons to destroy the Russians. So it's no wonder that Putin had to go in and clear up the labs. It was a matter of survival. So the big news this week is as to do with the currency reset. Things are really beginning to move. I mean, we've been talking about it moving for a long time, and we've been saying, "Oh, this week," or we think it's going to come now. Now we have a bit more details. The paymasters, the people who will be giving us the money, have been given their money. So they actually have money they can transfer on to us. So the paymasters are now well funded, and the tier 3 bondholders will be notified over the weekend. Well, we just had this week. We're in the weekend still. It's still Sunday. Let me just switch off my phone because it keeps on making noises, or at least put it onto do not disturb mode. That's the one. Okay. So, and they're talking, and the tier 3 bondholders have already been notified, and they will have access to their money on Tuesday, the 5th of April. That's just 2 days away. That's the level 3. We're on to level 4B, so it's not quite us yet on Tuesday. On the 1st of April, 175 of the 209 countries in this world have switched to gold-backed currencies. That means only 34 countries, unfortunately those are the major west-leaning countries which most of us live in, are not on the gold-backed currency. So, it's only a matter of time. If 34 countries alone cannot survive, particularly as 70% of the world's energy comes from those 175 countries. So that means if the countries try and stay in the fiat currency, then their fuel costs are going to skyrocket to become unpayable, because their currency, which is the dollar, the euro, the various fiat currencies which are available still, are just going to crash, because they can't afford to buy fuel. And without fuel, you have no power. You can't drive your cars. You can't drive your trucks. So we're forced. They're being forced, whether they like it or not. Now let's get into tier 4B. That's us. In other words, when can we reckon on being able to start the redemption process? So I'm told that it's going to be for us. It'll be starting for us probably on Wednesday, the 6th of April. Yeah, it could be that we can start making appointments on the 5th of April. And also Iraq will be announcing their new rate finally on the 6th of April. So there won't be any exchanges until the 6th of April, but there could be a chance to start registering before that. We'll just have to see if that happens or not. So we're talking about the 6th of April when we should be able to start exchanging. It's a matter of getting an appointment, obviously. So it's not long now, is it? We're already on the 3rd of April. We're talking about 3 days. Isn't that exciting? I think we could last 3 days until then. Now, that doesn't mean that the general public will be able to exchange then. That means that we are exchanging. The general public will be later. In the Pelosi, that's that strange lady in the Congress who's incredibly old. And anyway, enough of
Michael
that.
Jackson in drag.
Yeah, you could say that. Yes, I mean, I remember seeing that clip where Tucker Carlson was saying, "Oh, Michael Jackson is alive," and then showed a picture of Pelosi, who looked a bit like Michael Jackson. I thought, this is weird.
No, no, it is. It's Michael Jackson in drag.
Oh, is it
Yeah,
Michael?
it is.
Is
That's
Michael
yeah,
Jackson is playing the role? Is the
yeah, exactly. That's who's
Oh,
playing Nancy Pelosi right now.
I didn't
Just
know
like
that.
John Voight and James Woods and Jim Carrey have been playing Biden.
Right. So now, have you got facts on that, or you're just guessing?
No voice recognition and that I've seen, and also the looking at the facial masks and whatnot that have, kind of come off in some instances and videos and that. I watch those types of things all the time, and again, being a trained audiovisual engineer, I pick up on things that most people don't.
So will Pelosi be doing the moonwalk or something?
We'll see. We'll see. That would be interesting if all of a sudden she starts doing a moonwalk and not acts like a stumbling, bumbling, drunk idiot. That would be
Yeah,
that would be really cool, wouldn't it?
yes, that's right. Yeah. So the reason that everybody was told to stay home, the quoted reason was because of COVID-19, but of course that's not the real reason. The real reason is that as of Thursday, the 3rd of March, all government buildings in Washington, D.C. are closed. That means they are closed. And the Congress had been illegally elected to US Inc., which is now defunct. So as of the 1st of April, there are new people in government, the good guys. The old US government is out, and whether the media reports it or not, that this is what's actually happening. And as I just said, new people are taking their place, but these are on the right. These are part of the transition government until we get new elections in 120 days, as GESARA stipulates. So we have a temporary government now. Donald Trump has announced there will be a big event on April the 4th. He did not say, for as far as I know at least, what this big event is, just that something big will be happening on April 4th. That's tomorrow. So I think we've got to keep our eyes open to find out what that is. I have no clue. All I know that it's been announced. What it is, no idea. We've been talking for some time about 7 messages which will be sent out by Trump over the emergency broadcast system. That is currently timed for the 9th of April. And when that happens, after these messages go out, that's when our phones go dead, our smartphones, possibly our landline phones. So that's why I think it's important that, and I think we'll have the opportunity to make our appointments before then, because after that it's going to be difficult to communicate. The emergency broadcast system will start, it says here, on the Wednesday, the 13th of April, followed by the 10 days of darkness. So from the 13th till, I think it's the 22nd actually, from what I'm hearing, because those who've been following our show and the previous show Billy and I were on will remember that I have said for a long time that Freedom Day would be about the 22nd or 23rd of April. Does anybody here remember that? Yes,
Yep,
yeah,
yep, yep. I sure do.
that's right. Well, I've been hearing that for a long time, and I'm now reading here. Friday, the 22nd of April, is going to be designated Freedom Day, Victory Day. Well, Victory with instead of an O, it's a Q on our. And I thought, wow, I've been hearing of this date for a long time now, and it's coming, and it's now being announced. So you get your news here, folks. we do the research, and we try and get the and this is a date I've been talking about for a long time, and from what I hear, and obviously we will know on the day, but that is the day which Victory Day is going to be. As to blackouts, power blackouts and stuff, that is going to be done on a regional basis as needed. That means we're not all going to lose our power. There's going to be two reasons for power to be switched off. One will be if there are local military actions to take out deep state actors who still need to be arrested, then we could locally lose power while they are doing those things for maybe an hour or two. The other reason for power is loss will be for the switchover from the conventional electricity power grid to the new Tesla-free energy system. For technical reasons, they have to switch off the power while the systems are switched over. Now, this could be an hour or two, probably no longer than that. It could actually be a few minutes. It all depends on how efficiently they can do it where you are locally. So all expect at some point the power to go off at some time between now and the 22nd of April. There are no announcements or there's no statement saying this is happening then, because particularly when they're trying to capture deep state actors, they're not going to tell you in advance when they're in that area, are they? It just doesn't make sense. The public is going to be made aware of what's happening in about 2 weeks from now. So the idea is that we get our money exchanged before the public announcements go out. So keep watching our channels, because it could happen now very quickly that we get the chance to make appointments, and we should make appointments as quickly as possible so that we're in and out. We get our currency ahead of the public, because we want to be already in place when the public. So now I don't know if they can handle so many people at the same time. I've been told they have. I've been told they do have a lot of people in redemption centers waiting for us. And as we're given 20, 30 minutes at most, and it could be 2 meetings. It could be that we have a short meeting to exchange our dinars and dong, and a secondary meeting if we have the zims. That's what I'm hearing can possibly happen. That if you have zims to exchange, you've got to reckon on 2 meetings. The fiat dollar, the United States Incorporated, it was bankrupted by the Chinese Communist Party and Saudi Arabia, according to our good friend on the other channel, which we used to belong to. And the US dollar, your dollar notes, if you have them, they will be phased out by September 2020. So it looks like you'll have until September 2020 to hand in your old notes to exchange them for the new notes, if that is correct. The presidency of Donald Trump is going to be made public, but I haven't got a date for that. It's just that it is part of the process, and we're coming very close to that. So until then, it's the public just think he's an ex-president, but he never he was always president or commander-in-chief.
He never left.
He never left.
He never left. He is commander-in-chief, although we call Biden the president, but he's a president of a defunct corporation. So, there's that.
So I see it as that Donald Trump just made a tactical withdrawal and went along with, and he needed a bit of a holiday anyway, so he had a chance to catch up in his golf and stuff. I think he deserved
Made a hole-in-one the other day.
Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty exciting.
A hole-in-one. Okay, I don't follow golf, but But if it's the Gulf of Mexico, that's pretty big hole to hit.
I got it. Yeah. Thank you.
That
I
was
remember when I had my first beer too. All right.
Right. Yeah.
But moving along.
Moving along. That's right. So he says yes. Trump is the current U.S. president and commander in chief. A lot more has been coming out about Hunter Biden. That he was funneling U.S. Department of Defense funds to these bioweapons labs in Ukraine, and he was very active in Ukraine, doing some very nefarious stuff. Now there is some speculation that maybe he deliberately left his laptop behind to be found, because who's going to be that stupid, leaving knowing how much information is on your notebook? Who's going to be so stupid to leave it at a repair shop and then not collect it? It's almost as if he wanted it to come out. Maybe that was part of some plan. We don't know. But it just seems to me strange. I know he was into drugs and stuff, but surely he's got enough wherewithal to know that you have to go and pick up your notebook.
Tripping on LSD.
Wow. So the Durham report is coming out, and it would prove connections between big tech, Fauci, the pandemic, and treason at the highest level. It also links the Bidens and the Clintons and Obamas together as all being treasonous. So I don't know if they're already been to Gitmo, already there, already been processing Gitmo, but it's not looking good for them. So let me just... And documents which have been recovered by Putin, etc., have been proving that the United States Department of Defense was funding these biolabs with the plan to kill, first of all, the Russians. That's part of the reasons for these PCR tests. The reason for the PCR tests is that they can gather DNA samples from us all, and then use that to design bioweapons to specifically be race specific and kill people. And the first example of that was one which was specifically designed to kill the Russian people.
Exactly. Well, here's the thing. As I was watching Trump's speech last night, okay, he mentioned that, they were trying to take out and depopulate up to 500 million people out of a total population of about 7 billion worldwide. And most of those people that they wanted to do were anything but Chinese. The Chinese people are used to taking orders. The Chinese people are used to obeying under the Communist Party. And that's what they were trying to take out, is the people who would resist the most, meaning us, Anglo-Saxons, okay, that were used to having freedom and used to speaking our minds, where the Chinese people did not.
That's right. Yes, they wanted 500 million people left, but they were not going to be us. In other words, they wanted to destroy all of us.
That's right. They were going to take the most mindless people that they could possibly find that would not resist. And since the Chinese people have been under the communist rule for so long, they were the ideal people to be slaves in their new world order.
What I don't get, to a certain extent, is there must be people here in our countries who know this. Why would they go along with this? Why would they go along with exterminating their own people? No amount of money can compensate for that kind of war crime.
Well, it's not money. It's power, money, all right, and just like to be, exalted above everybody else, to be an elite, to have your rule over everyone.
Yeah.
All right.
but anybody who's done any history about the communist playbook
Hmm.
will know that the communists will pay you to betray all your people, and the first people they then kill are the people betraying.
Well, exactly.
So, anybody who gets involved in this betrayal, he's going to be first in the chopping block from the communists. That's how
Right.
the communists did this, back when communism took over Russia. That's the same
Right.
playbook.
The attitude is that once a turncoat, always a turncoat, and that's why they want to take them out. They're the ones that are being the ones that are being greedy, and they would do anything in order to advance their own political position or power.
That's right. So, I just saw a message on the chat. Is this a recording? Yes, it is.
Yeah, we are recording this.
We are recording. So we do it a little bit cleverer than the other show. There's a setting on Zoom that you can automatically start the recording when you start a show. So we have that set. So we don't have to worry about switching the recording on or off. It happens automatically. And that way it's never forgotten. And we get the recording from the beginning and not miss the first 10 minutes, as sometimes happens on other shows. So, it doesn't mean we're going to use it from the first minute. We obviously, in the editing process, I do the video editing. Obviously, I start the recording at a suitable point, like when we start saying "Welcome to the GESARA show." That would be a typical point to start it in the recording. You see, we don't just take the Zoom recording and throw it out there. We actually do a proper editing job on each video, so that you get a nicely edited video to watch in, which is also then nicely indexed. Billy does the indexing. He watches the show again and writes down what was said when, and then we put it all out there, and you get the professional video as we feel it should be.
Yeah, Peter does a great job with that, and he's usually up to about 3 or 4 in the morning at his time.
You're telling me, yeah.
Putting everything together after we get done here. So
Yeah, and I get into trouble because I sometimes I don't go to bed because I feel I've basically fallen asleep in front of the computer, and I kind of wake up and think, oh shit, I'm still in bed. I'm still here. Excuse my French. Anyway, so yes, yeah, it. But last week, no, not last week. The last show was a very complex edit because we had a number of things which had to be corrected and stuff like that. So I was working a lot longer than usual on the last show to get it looking good. So where else have we got here? So in the mainstream media, we keep hearing about how Putin is attacking attacking the people. He's not. He's not. Definitely not. Putin has known about these bioweapons and also that they're aimed at the Russian people. It has become imperative to go in there before they start to release this, because they were due to release this in autumn, or what the Americans call fall. Well, it would. So he knew he had to do that, to go in, and he's going in there and he's destroying those bioweapons labs. That's well, his primary goals are destroying the bioweapons labs, saving the children, because he's rescued a very large number of children, mostly from underground in Ukraine. Apparently, that's a hotbed for the breeding of children for that drug, which sounds like a web browser from Google. And so there are now, as regards mass arrests, Pope, 350 cardinals, Jesuits, Mafia, Queen Elizabeth, and other members of the royal family, and the heads of all the 13 bloodline families. That's the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, and etc. have already been arrested, and a lot have already been executed. There's been a lot of behind-the-scenes mass arrests and in order to be able to better capture them, prominent ones have been replaced by actors in masks, so as not to give premature warning to the people they still want to arrest. Which I can understand, and obviously, as these are actors playing the role, they have to act as these nefarious people were doing. So that's why a lot of the things they're doing are pretty bad as to what the deep state plan is, because if they were to suddenly stop doing this, it would be a big warning to those still involved. So that's why these things had to continue during this process. So on March the 12th, 2020, all banks worldwide switched from SWIFT financial system onto the CIPS gold-backed quantum financial system. So from the March the 12th or March the 13th, I'm not quite sure which of those 2 days was the actual start, all our banking has been going over the QFS, even if it's not called the QFS. They're using a different name internationally.
Now, your individual banks may not know about this, but it has been switched over. It was done quietly, all right? And those banks that are not Basel III compliant will probably be swallowed up by the banks that are, okay?
Now, it has been reported in some places that they have to be Basel III compliant by the 1st of April. But I've now heard that that compliance has been moved to the end of the year, so they have more time to become Basel III compliant. Maybe too many banks needed to have shut down, so they shifted that thing.
Yeah, especially the rural area banks, the local banks, and things of that nature that aren't part of the bigger financial institutions.
So, what do we got now? We got the quantum financial system for all future elections, and the next one is in about 120 days. Is the quantum financial system, the quantum voting system, and we're also getting Q phones, quantum phones. Now, what they look like exactly, who's going to give them, what they cost, if at all, how we're going to get them, we're all waiting for that information. There are lots of rumors out there, but I haven't seen any hard facts. So they're keeping that a bit under their chest. I hear that a lot of them will be manufactured in Germany, where I live. Germany would be an excellent place because it's not China. And Germany is certainly set up and capable of large-scale manufacturing of phones of this type.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be a hybrid in between the Tesla phone and an Android system phone.
Well, the Tesla phones also uses Android, so
yeah. So it's a hybrid of sorts, and it is satellite capable versus just cellular capable.
But it has a higher security.
Yes.
It's much higher security than a standard Android phone. But
yes.
the advantage is that we will still be able to use the Android apps. Now, if you've got an iPhone, you're out of luck because the iPhone will be ending, and the iPhone platform will be ending, because everything is moving to the quantum phone. Oh yes, put your hands like that. Yes, someone with the name iPhone. And
I feel sorry for iPhone users, I really do, and I don't know why True Social came on iPhones only, in the Apple platform originally. I don't know.
To be honest, I have never had an iPhone. I've always been an Android user. Never had an iPhone. I never wanted to have an iPhone because I see it as a closed system where they can tell you what you're doing. So I said, no, I want an open source based system, which is the Android system. I mean, Android is not perfect either, but it's certainly more open. I can still install software myself on an Android phone.
Right. Whenever I do recordings and things of that nature, if I were to put it into an Apple system, it becomes the property of Apple, not mine, because iTunes is not something that can be transferred from one platform to another easily. All right. So I ditched Apple completely and stayed with my PC instead of an Apple computer, and also all my Samsung devices. Um, that's just
Yeah, well,
professional
Samsung
grade
is Android.
audiovisual.
Yeah,
Yeah, versus Apple.
yeah.
All of the professional grade audiovisual people use Android and Samsung products.
Although I thought that Apple was used a lot for that. No, or it was Linux is used a lot. Linux
Linux
is
is used a lot for graphics in doing major productions where they do the. You can actually program your entire light show and everything else in your computer, and then take the disc out of and plug it into the lighting board, and your entire light show is already programmed for you. You can do
yes.
it virtually inside your computer first.
Okay. So anyway, enough of iPhone bashing.
Yeah.
Uh, and well, let's. So anyway, those are all coming. The Tesla free energy systems are pretty much already installed in most places. They've been installed in secret. And there have been lots of reports. I mean, here in Germany, I've been hearing reports of people seeing these systems being transported in the middle of the night by military vehicles into place. And the idea is that they will just be able to switch over to them relatively quickly. In other words, the systems are ready; they just have to be switched on.
They have been seen in St. Louis, on the I-50 train route in between Jefferson City and St. Louis, running through Kirkwood. And they have always also been seen by my friend Dr. Q out in the Kansas City area, running in between Kansas City and Joplin.
So yes, with Tesla, I mean, Tesla had these things, uh, uh, where the radio goes through the air. So they would call that an arc, wouldn't they? So
Yes,
maybe that'll be a new use for the arch you've got there in St. Louis.
that's correct. One big transmitter.
Because that would be maybe they'll
It's made
leave
of
that thing
stainless
set.
steel.
Wow, there you go. It's a steel.
Exactly.
Anyway, so and the new systems will be available soon after the GESARA is made officially public. Yeah, so we're probably talking about 2 or 3 months away. I don't know exact dates, but it will be soon after and it will be able to run our homes and our cars. Particularly if you have an electric car. In fact, to be honest, I've got one lined up. I've already ordered a hybrid car, and I just said, oh yeah, I'm getting the money soon. Well, it's one of the
What kind of
things.
what kind of a power plant would you need for a monster truck running a military deuce and a half running gear?
It's called a Tesla energy system. It's really strange because there's a guy here called Keshe in Europe, who
Hmm.
I've met personally. In fact, I've actually done a video interview with him, and he's now based in Italy, and he runs something called the Keshe Foundation. So it's KESCHE Foundation.org, I think is his website, Keshe
Oh, okay.
Foundation, and he's been offering free energy systems for a long time.
Wow.
You can actually buy them. I never actually have bought one, but I do know. But he also releases the plan, so you can build one yourself. And I have seen reports from people who have actually built these free energy systems, which are not that difficult, and have been running their homes with it.
You mean like my Lego kit of my Starship Enterprise?
Well, this I don't know. I haven't seen your Lego kit, but
Is it
no,
that simple?
it's like a tubular thing. There are special coils inside it, and
Uh-huh.
he has a special plasma chemical which you need to use with it.
Well, that sounds like fun. I'm used to building things like that. I was into model aircraft and boats and helicopters and now drones. So that sounds like a fun build.
Yeah, so this guy MedBed Technology, who's Iranian by the way, he's an Iranian professor.
Oh,
He's been talking about this for a long time, and he's been offering energy systems, space systems, health systems. I just was never sure whether he's that what he's presenting is real, or whether it's a scam. I've never got rid of the feeling it could be a scam, because I did buy one thing from him as kind of a health mat, and I didn't see any effect. I didn't see it working, so I don't know whether that's good. Okay, it didn't cost much. So I didn't really care, but
Yeah, some Marie posted in there. Be careful of the EMF generated by electric cars. Well, there is that, but I think we're going to be moving past that. It's going to be a much more secure, much safer system than what we're seeing today being produced. So
yeah, but EMF. I went. The car I want to get is the Ford Cougar, which is over here is the hybrid car. And I went to the dealer. He told me they had a 7-month waiting list for these cars. 7 months. Mm-hmm. So you order it. In fact, you can't even order it yet because they've stopped all orders. But they say when you can order, it's going to take 7 months before you can get one.
You see, I want a remake of the Plymouth Roadrunner. Okay. Right. The one that Richard Petty used to drive with the big wing on the back. That was a fun car.
But anyway, but I was in luck because he had a used one, which had just been used by a Ford employee, because Ford has a big factory in Cologne, and so I could get that one. And it's like 6,000 kilometers on the clock, and otherwise it's in perfect condition. So I said, "Yeah, I'll take it, no problem. I'd rather have that than wait 7 months."
There you go.
So I've got it reserved. I'm just waiting for my currency now.
All right. So what else we got, Peter?
Right. Okay. MedBeds. They also exist. They've been silently installed. What they've been doing is they've been finding old clinics and old hospitals which have somehow shut down, buying them up, and then installing the MedBed systems in these buildings clandestinely. In other words, the people working at these places, setting it up, had very strict non-disclosure agreements. But apparently these are being set up all over the world, and they've been manufacturing them at about 1,000 a day. So there are a lot around there, and the idea is to announce them and release them shortly after the GESARA thing has happened. In other words, when we are all switched to the new system, then they get announced, and then people can start using them. I'm certainly looking forward to it. I can imagine a lot of people will be very sort of wary and say, "Oh, should I do this?" It's very natural if something new comes along that people are fearful for it, and whereas I've been hearing about it for this so long, I'll say, "Sign me up! I'll go straight away."
Ditto.
Not that I don't have anything seriously wrong with me, but everybody has a few things you can.
All right. Now,
improve.
on the question of actually buying the MedBeds and opening up your own facility, and having a healing center and whatnot, that's not going to be available for a while. Okay, because the military owns that technology and they're going to be the ones running it. So
that's right.
You're not going to be able to buy a MedBed.
That's right. Okay? Yes, you won't be able to buy MedBeds, but you can provide facilities, and also have staff running them. But all treatments are free.
Yeah, exactly.
So you get paid by the military.
Whenever they have the facilities open, I'm sure there'll be a lot of questions that need to be asked, and getting MedBeds in your area, and maybe they'll work with you on a humanitarian project to do that, but you won't actually be able to buy the MedBeds. Okay.
That's right. Nobody can buy them, but they say it's going to take 1.5 to 2 years to treat everybody and to get everybody back to health.
Right.
Because there's such a backlog of people, and the order I've heard is the first people, the highest priority are people who have serious illnesses and are unvaccinated. They have the top priority.
Right. And if you can still move around and feed yourself and do those types of things, you're not going to be top priority. It's the people who are bedridden, that invalids. Those are going to be the first in line.
But of course, they can only treat the people who actually say, "I want to be treated."
Right. You have to believe in it. You have to believe in it. That's one of the main things of it.
So I'm counting on the fact that there are not going to be many takers at the beginning. So if you get in quickly and say yes, please, if there's not enough takers, then you might have a chance to get on it quite quickly.
Right.
Because once people catch on, once people see their neighbours who were, who had terrible diseases suddenly walking around and being totally healthy and looking young again, then people are going to catch on and say, oh, maybe I should be going there. So it's either quick or we'll probably have a long wait. That's the way I see it. So if I can't come for one of these meetings because I'm going on the MedBed, then you know why.
Yeah, and I think it will be able to cure the dementia, the Alzheimer's, things of that nature. Okay, but once again, it has to be done on a priority basis. All right, the sickliest of people that want to be saved and believe in the technology will be the ones who go first. Yeah, I would love to get into a med bed and get my foot back and have my spine redone so that I can do the things that I really love to do. But there are a lot of people who are in worse off shape than me. Okay,
Oh,
so
absolutely, yes.
let them go first. I'll wait 2 or 3 years. Okay.
Now, one report I saw in regards to the MedBeds that I found interesting is they want the first people who to do that to go there to document it on video and make videos and then put that out on social media as a means of making people feel more comfortable with going on the MedBeds.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm someone who likes making videos, I will definitely be documenting when I go on it, and because I making videos, I make videos on all kinds of topics, and so I will definitely be documenting that, and I'll put it out for you guys to watch when it happens.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting.
Whenever I think about the med beds, I think about one movie in particular, and that is The Fifth Element with Bruce Willis. And in that movie, it shows where they take the remnants of the perfect being and put them into a specific chamber, and they actually rebuild her body piece by piece.
All right.
Okay? All right. And I'm looking forward to that and seeing how, wow, that's going to be.
Yeah, but I mean, so is that for those people who are afraid and start going to pieces in fear for this thing, and then
Right,
have to
right,
get rebuilt?
right, exactly.
I mean, for
Uh,
me, the classic film which I watched, I mean, a lot of people quote Prometheus as a film,
yeah,
but I personally think Passengers was actually more apt to show MedBeds.
yeah, you're right, exactly.
So if you haven't seen Passengers, that's a film of two people who are on this spaceship, which is heading to a distant planet, and the
Hmm.
journey time is 70 years, and they're supposed to be asleep for this journey, but due to an accident, first of all, this engineer guy gets woken up and find he's the only person awake, and he's 70 years away from the destination. So and after a while, he then wakes up a beautiful young lady played by Jennifer. What's her name?
Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence. That's right. And and so it's just the two of them on this station. It just goes around, all about their life, and then they get into life-threatening situations. And there, the medbed is used when people are in serious, when one of them is in serious condition, to save actually one of the principal characters.
Right,
So I thought it was quite an interesting film, particularly when you know about medbeds and you can watch it.
right. So what else we got?
Well, that's pretty much it on what I'd had for the Intel for today.
Okay.
I didn't want to overload it too much to give us a bit of time for Q&A and for our repeat of the hydration app
There you
experiment.
go. All right, so let's get into a little of the Q&A. Mary Perry, go ahead and unmute, dear. Whoops.
She disappeared.
Raise your hand again, if you would, please.
I can see her. When I see Mary, I always think of a BBC TV program. There is someone who has a very similar name and also looks pretty similar,
Mm-hmm.
who does a cooking program. I think it's also Mary Perry. Anyone here from the UK who can remember exactly her name? I think it's Mary Perry.
I don't watch British television all that much.
No, it's a BBC program. She's very well known in the UK.
All right, Mary, you up?
Mary Berry, that's it. Someone's written in the chat. Mary Berry.
All right, very good. What you got for us today, Mary?
Oh, I wanted to ask, you were talking about the iPhones and Apple going out of business, but Charlie had said the inventor of the iPhone is the guy that was helping to build the.
That's right. That's right. No, he did say that.
Yeah.
But there's no way that they could do this on the iPhone platform, because the iPhone platform is a closed system, and you can't have a closed system on a system like this. This is all about, the whole change is all about freedom and us having freedom of world. If you have a proprietary system, then people are not going to get their freedom. So there was no choice. You had to go for an Android-based system in order to do this.
Well, everything I have is Apple. My PC or my computer, my laptop, everything.
Well, I have apples as well. I eat them.
Well, those kind are good. They're good.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, those apples are fine. They will remain compatible.
All right, yeah.
Well, the last meeting, you said that all of certain events had to happen before the $5,000.
Well, yeah, we're waiting for GESARA to officially roll out worldwide. So whenever we're coming into this time, we're waiting for the Queen's death, the Biden administration to be taken down, and the wars to stop. So we're just waiting for that to happen.
Okay, so those are very nebulous in terms of the Queen. I mean, she keeps staying alive.
Well, no, fictionally, yes, but
Yeah.
it's imminent. It's any day now. We'll get the word. All right, but thank you, Mary.
Thank you.
Well, she's just as alive as Biden is.
Oh yeah, just as alive as Biden for sure. Ron West, go ahead.
Hi, me again, I'm afraid. So I've got a couple of questions. One was actually on the Apple, because the computers are not Apple, they're Macintosh, a different operating system. Is that the same?
Well, yeah.
The Macintosh operating system is an Apple operating system. Okay.
Yeah, it started off years ago with Macintosh. They
Right.
were all called Macs.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
Yeah. So, and it came when Steve Jobs actually was chucked out of Mac to came back as Apple. Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't go into that, but I too, like Mary, has got all Apple now because
okay.
much more secure system than Microsoft as it was when I was using it. What I wanted to ask today was about the disabled people. We have people in wheelchairs who have been left out of this conversation for 20 years now, and since 2001, they've been had their freedoms taken away completely. Is there anything in that particular area? I know that Charlie mentioned it just once or twice when he was talking about the elderly as well, but there was a lot of us, especially the elderly impaired, that didn't get any benefits because they turned it into, if you get a pension, you're not entitled to it, and that sort of thing.
You will. I mean, you're 60 and older, you'll automatically get that stipend. They're run.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
At the same time, I think you're going to find that when the MedBeds get rolled out, since you have the disability and cannot maneuver around. I have a disability, but I can get myself around. I can still fend for myself pretty well.
Yeah.
But you, on the other hand, you are dependent upon other people to help you, I would imagine, for
yes,
some
no,
things.
because that's part of the independence that we actually grew up into. But I live in a wheelchair all day long.
Right.
In a power chair. But the point is, I've had to buy everything, is what I'm saying, since I came back to this country. And
Right.
Well, what we're
really,
hearing is that people with disability allowance will have that money tripled as long as they are still in disability. But of course, they will be invited to go on MedBeds and will then have
yeah,
their disabilities removed.
All right.
yeah.
So, Peter, your microphone is faded out for some reason.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Strange, because I is it okay now, or
No, it's still a little. It's still a little shallow.
shallow? Okay, strange, because it was working perfectly before. Um, let me see. Yeah, it looks like it's a little low. Is that any better?
Yes, much better. Thank you.
Much better. Okay, I
All right.
just increased the
But Ron,
volume.
does that answer your question, sir?
Yeah, because that's one of the main reasons I was asking. I want to do a humanitarian project for the disabled people. I belong to quite a few groups, but nobody seems to be interested in what's been
No,
going
we are very interested in that.
Absolutely.
All right,
It's
and
important.
that'll be the main topic on our Thursday show.
The main challenge
is
with the
humanitarian projects and what we're going to
Okay.
be doing and how we can present them. Okay.
right, the main challenge is I don't have any of these currencies, so
Well, don't worry about that, Ron. We're connected. Okay, so just stay connected with us, and we'll find somebody to help you fund it.
okay.
All right.
Fantastic.
Just
Thank you.
put that 4 or 5 page proposal together. Okay, and give it to somebody who has one of the Zims, and they'll help you fund it.
In fact, one of my two projects, if many people have noticed that the forum, which is running on the NESARA GESARA QFS website, is actually based on the forums.group system. Now, I developed the forums.group system originally with the idea of being a replacement for Yahoo groups. I'm sure a lot of you remember Yahoo groups,
Right.
which was phased out. And I thought, well, that's great. I'll try and offer a system to replace that. But I had a lot of technical problems. I couldn't get it ready in time, and the guy who was working with me on the technology, he went into hospital for he had problems. And at the end of the day, by the time we were ready, Yahoo groups had been closed for about 6 months. And it was very difficult then to get new customers. So that project has been kind of waiting at the moment. But my new project, I'm making that into a humanitarian project because I want to now use the forums group platform as a place people can move to from Facebook or Google Groups or other platforms. But with one additional thing, if they're running a humanitarian project over the system, then not only can they communicate with each other, but that as part of my humanitarian project, they will get their project funded as well through the system. That's basically part of my proposal for the forum group platform. That it's not just a forum system, but also a funding system.
Exactly. All right. But thank you, Ron. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much for all you do.
You're
All right.
welcome.
Hello, Miranda. How are you doing?
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, dear. How are you today, Miranda?
We're now one of our regulars.
Yes.
Ah, well, you bet. I can't wait for your days to come round. Each Thursday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Set my alarm so I don't sort of get busy on another job and forget it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's incredibly exciting. I mean, it's absolutely, well, it is nail biting as people.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Don't bite them too much. We don't want your cuticles to get bloody. Okay.
And we're not saying, well, I can't tell you this. It's all exciting, but I can't tell you what. Yeah, we don't do that.
Tell me about it. and how we mustn't be greedy.
That's right. Yeah,
Exactly.
You're not
Miranda.
getting that from us. We tell you what we know.
Exactly. It's lovely. Okay, so I bought a few XRP last year, but I mean, I only bought £20 worth. Now it's 100 and something. But
Well, you already made a profit then.
well, I
cool.
did, exactly, but I'm not taking it out.
No, I
I
wouldn't.
bought 3 Bitcoin right at the beginning of Bitcoin. And because I'd been doing some horse betting and lost money, I thought, oh no, I mustn't throw my money away.
Betting on the ponies again, are we, Miranda?
I was never again. But they were £10 a Bitcoin when I came across it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, So the XRP, if the internet goes down or if somebody hacks, I've heard that you can get your own little wallet and you can download it to your computer for safety.
That is correct.
Is there any way you can give me a link of where I can learn how to do this?
Are you on Telegram?
I am.
Okay. One of the people that I follow quite a bit and who is a personal friend of Tara's, Charlie's assistant, is Whiplash347. I am putting a link. I am putting a link.
He does about 300 posts a day, and there's just no way I can follow him.
Right, but I just put his thing in there. I do understand, comprehend that he posts a lot in there. Okay, but a lot of what he does have to do with Ripple, XRP, and the wallets of Scopuli, Lobster, okay, and others as well. He is the definitive expert on all this. Okay.
Okay. So he's got it in there then?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't really say much about that. I don't have any crypto.
I do not either. I
can't be. I'm not an expert of everything. That's one thing I'm not an expert on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the only thing I've got. And is that it's XRP is Ripple, isn't it?
Yeah, XRP, Ripple. Basically one and the same thing. Okay.
Okay. My second question is, the baddies, our countries, our Western world countries, who they are saying they won't buy with gold-backed currency, the oil or gas.
Right, yes, I know that.
Yeah, so would their aim be that they want to, as they know they've lost, that they want to just put us in complete chaos? Because if all our energy was literally, we had no energy, our countries would just
That's what they want. They want people out in the streets rioting. They want people out in the streets doing stuff like that. But we need to stay calm in everything and just muddle through it as best as we possibly can.
I think they're all in panic, to be honest, and don't know, because this is not the way they had planned it. And they wanted all this turmoil, but then to move into the Great Reset. But that's obviously not happening, and so it's like if you had corner rats, that's when they're the most dangerous, and they've got nowhere else to go, and so they're doing what they can to save themselves or cause as much trouble as possible.
Well, so okay, that's my point, because people are saying, oh, they'll have to give way in the end and buy with gold back.
No, they'll be removed, and that's when they give way.
That's right.
Okay.
They're going to be removed.
Which you said today only. You said about the free energy coming in this month. Is that
should be, yes.
So in other words, it wouldn't matter. In other words, we could still survive and carry on.
That's right, yes. But of course, it's a Tesla free energy is electricity. It is not gas. So if you have something which needs gas, it doesn't provide the gas.
But we can still all sort of survive and get along.
Yeah, that's right. So if you have an electric heater, or if you have a gas heater, you can buy an electric heater, because then if the electricity is free, it doesn't matter then if electric heater uses more energy.
Okay, great. Right. Just one other quick question. 100 trillion ZIMs. How much is that in American dollars?
100 trillion.
That would be about 30 million.
That's for personal use. Everything
that's the exchange rate, 30 cents per million.
Yeah.
Then that'll give you 30 million.
Okay, great.
All right.
But that'll be 30 million for the new currency, not the fiat dollar.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, Joan N.
Hi, my camera doesn't work, so I have a blank screen. I have a couple of questions. Well, I'm getting an external camera.
So we won't call you Blinken, we'll call you Blanken.
Yeah, Blanken.
I have two 30-year-old sons. Most of the people who are on these calls are 40, probably 50 or 60 plus. Mm-hmm. And most of the questions relate to, when you're older than 60, you're going to get this and you're going to have your mortgages or the interest. What about the younger people who don't have mortgages or haven't been in the field for, years like the rest of us who are in our 60s. How does this whole reset work for them?
Well, first of all, they're going to get back the taxes that they paid in their lifetime. Now, that may be not as much as someone as old as some of us here, all right? Or at the level of what I say. I'm level 58. I plan on getting enough experience points to level up this year, all right? So I don't go older. I just level up every year. So they're going to get something, all right? But those are the people who are going to have the opportunities to do something better with their lives other than what they're doing now. Are they into trades? Are they into...
Yes, we have small family businesses together. I've
Right.
asked questions with regard to rents and stuff like that, but
Okay.
a lot of their friends are not. So yes, we are in cryptocurrencies. We're in a number.
No, I'm talking about physical trades like carpentry, plumbers.
Oh, sorry, yes.
Things of that nature.
They keep our businesses running, yes.
Okay. The thing about it is there's going to be a need for a lot of different tradespeople. All right. There's also going to be a lot of need for administrators, people who know how to get logistics done. That's all going to come into play. It's just a matter of how you structure your business moving forward with all of this abundance as to, what their roles in the future are going to be. Okay.
Great. I'm very good at that. That's actually for the humanitarian. I would really love to help people set up there because I'm very good at doing that kind of thing, help people to manage. And
that's why people like us are needed. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't have Zims, so I will find groups that I can work under.
Can you not get some Zims? I mean, they're not that expensive.
I haven't really been called to get them.
I've done $250, you get 100 trillion note. I think the last time I looked.
Mm-hmm. And the thing about it is, I hear a lot of people say, I've got 5 of them, I've got 10 of them, or I'm going to give them to my family members and stuff like that so I can set them up for life. I have one, just one. Okay. And, you think about it for just a moment. What is $100 trillion? Okay. And
but it feels so much that everybody's so focusing on the money part.
Exactly. They are.
Humanitarian part. But I've done really well in other areas of my life that's not as important to me as being able to help people.
Exactly.
The way I look at it is it's just like an entry ticket. That's the way I see it. I'm not a money focused person, but I understood you need the 100 trillion note as the entry ticket in order to get your own projects done. So, I have 2 projects which I want to present, and I thought, well, great. Both have been suffering from not enough funding, and I thought, well, great. So I need to invest 250 euros in my case to get one of these 100 trillion notes. So in fact, I already had 40 trillion. Okay, right. I originally bought 4 10 trillion notes, thinking that would be enough, and then later I heard, no, you need the 100 trillion. So I thought, okay, then I'll just buy a 100 trillion as well. So I bought the 100 trillion. So I've actually got 140 trillion.
What is the best place to buy them then?
Well, I got them on eBay.
There's people on eBay. My personal one that I trust is AmericanCoinCompany.com. And that's where I bought, my Zim and my Dong. All right.
Is there any in Canada? I'm Canadian.
They ship worldwide.
Okay. American Coin Company.
Great AmericanCoinCompany.com, all spelled out.
Right. Okay.
And my last question had to do with, so I can't be on, I have other commitments on Thursday, so I missed your actual call on Thursday, but I listened to the replay. And you're talking about new phones. So you're getting an app for our current phones. So if we get these new phones, is the app transferable to the new phone?
Well, yeah, obviously the Q phone is going to be pre-installed with the QFS app.
No, I'm referring to your hydration app.
Oh, the hydration app. Oh, okay, sorry. Yes, that's transferable. It's a web app, as it's called, which basically means it works a bit like a website. And the app part of it is just the ability to interface with your phone to be able to switch on the light and and modulate the light and stuff like that. But it is a web app, so it will work on a wide range of Android and on Apple phones, and I see no problems in it working on the Q phone. If there were, then that would be fixable pretty quickly.
So if I download it onto a phone that I currently have and then I upgrade to a different, like the Q phone, I'll be able to transfer it to the Q phone?
Yeah, you basically just reinstall it. You just go to the hydrationapp.com website, go into the support page, and it tells you how to install it on your device, and you just install it again. Okay. I mean, you can theoretically have it installed on several phones, but you can only ever use it on one phone simultaneously.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
All right,
and thank you for
Joan.
everything you do.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you very much. Doug Wheel. Hello, Doug.
Hi, Billy. Hi, Peter.
Hi, Doug.
Nice to see you again.
What you got for us today?
The last time I was on, I asked a question about the Americans getting the new note, and Britain, what was going to happen. Just for a matter of interest, I saw today that in a London paper they said that when Queenie goes, they'll have to reprint, and I just thought, I wonder if that's just a bit of a con. You know what I mean?
It is. Well, it is. They are going to have to reprint because the fiat dollar is going to go away.
Well, it'll be pounds in his case. So
in pounds, yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So yes, they've already reprinted the new notes. They just hasn't been released yet.
Right. Good.
They're a different size and shape and a different consistency, so all the ATMs out there are having to be remanufactured or rebuilt in order to handle the new notes as well.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the case in the UK. That's in the case. We'll have to wait and see, because I have not seen the new notes for the UK. So who knows what size they are? I mean, there is a certain economics to keeping the sizes, so that the machines will still recognise them. But we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, just a little question about the web forum.
Yes.
Can you contact people direct?
We have disabled that feature for security.
That's right. Normally, the forum supports it. The forum supports PM personal messages which stay within the forum, and also the messaging. So you write a message and which sends an email to the person, but you don't see the email address of the person. Both features are supported by the software, but because of the scammers using these systems to contact people privately and scam them, we thought it would be best to deactivate those two features, simply to avoid scammers being able to use the forum for scamming people.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Peter, but the reason I asked was that I think during the last webinar you had, I was actually talking to a lady close at hand in the chat.
Yeah.
And the thought went through my mind, how can you contact them other than through the chat?
Yes, I know.
Yeah, and I wondered whether you could do it through the forum. But obviously,
technically, it would be possible. I could switch it off, switch it on any time. It's just a matter of whether scammers are going to be an issue or not.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
All right. But, I would look for other means if you want to connect through the chat channel here, and exchange email addresses or Facebook IDs or, whatever. That's your own personal business. You can also join my Telegram channel. I have a chat room, where people converse about many different topics all the time.
But chat rooms on Telegram are where the scammers abide, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. I keep out all the bots and the scammers as much as I possibly can, and they have not had any issues in the last few weeks. I got infiltrated once, and that was enough, so I turned the chat private. You can only be invited by me.
Yes, but... Okay, yeah, but I looked into security of Telegram pretty deeply, because I wanted to know how could the scammers actually do this, and for what I discovered is that what the scammers do, and I think I covered this in a previous GESARA show, is that they use a loophole to get into the private chat group. and then they can show a long list of all the members of that chat group. Now, what I'm going to do on the GESARA GESARA QFS channel on Telegram is I'm going to go into the associated chat group and remove all the members. Now, they can still communicate by going to one of the normal messages on the channel, clicking on comments, and they can still leave their comments. They just cannot anymore communicate one-to-one, which means the scammers can no longer attack you. So it was the vulnerability is being an actual member of the chat group, as opposed to just someone using it as an association with the channel. If you understand what I mean. So I'll be throwing everybody off in the next few days.
All right. But thank you, Doug.
Could I just say, Billy, the reason I asked for that was that, you know, the Ron, was it, that was on earlier on? I mean, people getting in touch with him, you know, for his project.
Yeah.
You know, it makes it a bit more difficult, doesn't it?
Well, you'd always send a message to the admin, which is me, and I can then pass the message on to the other, because I do have all the email addresses.
Okay.
That will be a workaround, huh?
All right.
Thanks very much for all you do.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Dee Carlsnit. Skint.
Oh, Skint. Yeah, good job.
Yes.
Yeah. 2 questions, guys. First, a comment. I've seen several things between Telegram and personal Facebook page that train flights, airline flights, are being canceled like crazy.
Yes.
Yes, to be expected.
Okay, so I just thrown that out there. Do you guys have any idea what it's going to be like to board a plane once we get through all of this? Is it still going to be?
I think it's going to be a lot easier.
That's right. No masks anymore. And you know, I think things will be. Obviously, it's going to be security. You don't want anybody getting on there with bombs or guns or whatever. But you know, all these COVID tests and whatever, they're going to be gone soon.
And no more strip tests with
you don't have to
rubber
strip
gloves. Okay.
Yeah, what you mean these strip tests? You know.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, and my other question is, you guys talked about the Q phones earlier, and that we're potentially going to get those free. But
we don't know. We don't know if they're free. We're hoping.
Okay, but do you know anything about laptops, computers? What are we going to have to do to change those? Anything?
I think that things will change in the future, but not immediately. We still have to deal with the current technology for now until the new technologies start to be released.
Yeah, I mean, when you know, a notebook, they just need the internet connection. They don't need a phone, so to speak. You know, okay, there are some notebooks which have a you know, where you can put a SIM card in, but normally PCs will work with any internet connection. So whether the internet comes from the current internet or from the new quantum internet, it will probably not matter, because as far as the computer is concerned, it's internet is internet. And so I don't see a problem with notebooks and PCs, to be honest. Whether Microsoft is still there is maybe a bigger question.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
Dee, thank you. All right. So moving on, Peter, I'm going to try and address this just a little bit more. Okay. The Zim note. All right. And the question. Please listen, everybody. We've explained this about 1,000 times. The Zim note, the $100 trillion note, you will get 30 cents on the million, which comes out to $30 million for personal use. Everything above that is to be used for humanitarian purposes only. All right? Now, if you think that you're going into your appointment with the expectation of getting a $30 million windfall without doing any humanitarian projects whatsoever, and you're being greedy, they're going to look right through you and you won't get a dime. I want to make that very, very
or a lower rate. I think you're just
or a much lower rate.
That's also possible. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Because I have been hearing there is an option just to take the money, but then you won't get the 30 cents. You'll get a lower rate.
Much lower.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
maybe only 3 cents on the million.
well, let's not invent numbers, yeah,
Yeah.
because we haven't heard 3 cents. That's the number you just invented.
Yeah, true.
So what I'm saying is, I have heard that there will be an option to just take the money, but you'll get a lower rate, and because the whole point of the whole Zim bond system is that humanitarian projects are done, because a lot of the people who are leading major companies at the moment are nefarious. So they don't really want to go to the people running the top companies now. What they want are people who are dedicated, really want to do something which helps humanity, and where they can really feel a passion to do it, and just couldn't do it because they didn't have the money. And then they want to give those people the money so that they can fulfill their passion and help other people. That is the concept I've understood is behind this.
All right. So does that make sense to everybody now? Yes, in the chat room.
Yeah, I think we all have a bond on this.
Okay.
We've done some bonding.
All right, great. Susan Meaton. Hello, Susan.
Hello.
Hello, Susan. Where are you?
I'm from Vienna.
Vienna. So you're in Vienna now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we talked about you before, yeah?
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
in Wien.
Yes, in Wien. I'm not quite sure how many we are in Vienna, but it's very exciting to be here.
That's right, yes.
I just wonder how our country will be going, because we're really the deepest state.
Yeah.
So
Vienna is definitely, Austria and Switzerland are both very much deep state, but so is Germany, to be honest.
So I think we probably will be on the bottom list to get released from this.
I thought they'd already done some cleaning up in Austria.
No, yeah, not really.
What I've been hearing, yeah?
Yeah, they're talking, but nothing really comes through. They still play their stupid games.
Yeah, well, yeah. Those will stop.
Yeah, I just want to place two questions. One question is, I'm looking after a lady, not for a week or so every a few days in a week. Yeah, sometimes 2 days in a week, but not always in a row. In
Right.
10 days of darkness, will I be able to go there to look after her, or will I be fixed there for 10 days till I get back out again?
How far away are you from her?
About 40 k's.
40 kilometers.
She's exactly on the other side of town.
Oh yeah, to be honest, I don't know the answer to that, because what they want us to stay at home and watch our TVs and stay out of the way of any military actions which are happening. So there will be a military curfew. So maybe it's possible you can travel during the day, but not at night. I don't know. We'll have to really wait until that happens, because they haven't given us a lot of details as to what exactly is happening. Just there will be a military curfew, and it'll be about 10 days. We're supposed to stay at home, watch our TVs, and educate ourselves about what the world's really about.
Okay, thank you. And my second question is, which countries, when the countries don't have enough gold to back up the currencies, what will happen to them?
Well, there's the QFS, the new system is full of gold. They have enough gold to give every single person in this planet $1 million. So don't worry about where the gold's coming from. The gold comes from the alliance, the new system. It's coming from the Chinese elders and the various system. So it's not the gold which your country has. It all comes from the Chinese elders or whatever. So that's not an issue.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you for all you do.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Yep.
All right. Richard Beecroft, go ahead.
Yes, hello. It's good to see you again.
Where are you?
I'm in Ottawa, Canada.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and so my answer was about a question was about XRP, which you've already answered.
Right.
But in your answer, you mentioned something about lobster. I have no idea what lobster is. Do you have?
Lobster is like scopuli. Okay, scopuli and lobster are actually wallets. All right, that use the stellar system. Okay, they are set up as the wallet itself. Those are the name of the actual wallets on the QFS system.
Okay, thank you. Well, I'll check further into it, and
Yeah,
lobster is spelled LOBSTR.
Yeah, and if someone on the chat on Telegram contacts you saying they're one of us and want to advise you about lobster, that's a scammer. We wouldn't be doing that.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Have a great day, guys.
All right. Thank you, Richard. Thomas Elliott. Hello, Thomas.
Hi, Thomas.
Folks. Hiya. First of all, a message to Ron West. Ron, I contacted you about 2 weeks ago, but I don't think he was able to pick up the message. But I just would like to put Ron on my list of humanitarian subjects when I go into my meeting.
That is excellent. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't see a picture from Ron West at the moment.
I do. He doesn't have his video on right now. There's a nice portrait of him and a business.
Yeah, I can see the portrait. I'm just not seeing him as a live picture. So I hope he's aware of that. Oh, there he is.
There he is.
So basically, Ron, you're in Southampton, and I'm just up the road. I'm in Chichester, so we're literally 40 minutes away. And I'd be happy to come and support what you're doing and see if there's some way I can support you through my Zims.
It would be great because I spend a lot of time at Burnham.
Yeah, I think that's an excellent idea. Get you two working together. I think it's excellent.
Yeah.
And that's how this all works for us, folks. We make connections with people and get them put together so they can help each other.
Right, did you get that? I spend a lot of time at Burnham.
Oh, really? Well, we're
actually neighbours. So you'll find my number on ronniewest.co.uk.com on me. So if you want to have a chat. Thank you very much.
That'd be great, Ron. The other thing I was just asking is, will the phone numbers and the appointments all go ahead covertly, even if the Queen and the Biden hasn't stepped down yet? So do you see that there would be some kind of, do you think?
They will be gone. They will be gone. I mean, they're both played by actors now, so it's up to the White Hats when they step down.
Okay. That was the question. Thank you. And see you.
All right. Thank you, Thomas. Kathe, go ahead.
Hey, got it on quick, didn't I? Just one quick question. I had to write it down. When we go to our appointment for Zim, Dinar, and Dong, should we take the cash, the fiat cash? I'm in the United States. I'm in Florida. With us to exchange it with that at that point?
No. There's going to be no cash there because for security reasons they don't want to handle cash at the centres. But that
will be done with your local bank. Changing the fiat.
You'll get a plastic card with which you can spend the money, as I understand it. Okay. It's not about exchanging cash.
Okay. Can I
except for the notes, of course.
Can I also confirm that if you have a set amount for, say, just to help a humane society who's having issues and problems and, just having a hard time of it, is that something you can walk away with a cashier's check for them? Somebody in that thing that I got off of Billy's thing, it had something about cashier. You could ask for cashier's checks.
No.
I don't think so.
No.
That thing was lengthy. There's like way more in there than I even would think to.
No, I would contact the shelter that you want to help out. Find out their operating costs for a year. Put a business proposal together, and put together exactly what they do, and then multiply that out by 10 years. Okay, and that'll give you a basis behind funding.
They also need a new building, so.
Yeah, so figure in another $1 million for a building in property and stuff.
No big deal.
No big deal. No, you can get millions in it for these projects. So
I know. So that's something that could be a humanitarian type.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
okay.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Kathe. Kaniche. Hello, Kaniche.
Is it me?
Hello.
Yeah.
I wanted to know which is the minimum amount of Zim we can buy.
It comes in many different denominations. Obviously, the 100 trillion 2008 AA series is the most coveted, but it comes in, the Zim does come in different denominations, just like the Dong and the Dinar do. But you know, you can purchase any denomination that you really want as long as it's the 2008 AA series.
Yeah, because I mentioned last time I had the AB series, and you said it's okay that the monument, and I wanted to buy more because
well, that's the 10 million. 10 trillion. Those are the ones I initially bought.
Yeah,
and then,
so he has the 10 trillion there. Okay, not the 100 trillion, but the 10
and of course
trillion.
the 100 trillion. Yeah.
Yes,
right.
yes, I saw on the internet. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Another thing, I because as I mentioned before, I cannot interact in Telegram because for some reason the bots don't allow me to do that. I would like to contact, for instance, for Ron West. I'm in Ron. Hi, I am in Hampshire. I'm really 40 minutes from Southampton. I am in Leamington.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so
I don't know how
maybe the three of you could work together.
Yeah, because I don't know how to get in touch. So should I send you an email, Peter? Or...
Yeah, send me an email and I can put you in touch with each other.
Okay, because I sent Ron, I sent you on direct message recently, a few minutes ago. I don't know if you know how to access that through Zoom. Okay. Another thing is if you have cash, like my sister has some dollars, but they all notes. Is possible to exchange for the new ones after?
The old US dollars to the new US dollars? Yes, of course. The exchanges are possible until September.
All right.
From what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Yes. At the moment is the only thing I because all the questions are being answered with the others.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kaniche.
Thank you for all you do. Thank you.
All right.
You're welcome.
Peter, I think we've reached that magical time where we need to get into our little demonstration.
Well, we're at 22 now. So you know, I was thinking at the top of the hour we could start.
Okay. All right. We'll move on then. All right.
Because we're kind of used to doing 2.5 hours.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's Sandra on your iPhone. Is that right, Sandra? Nope. Let's see if you can unmute, dear.
Yes, is it me?
That's right. That's you.
Okay.
Is it Sandra? Did I get that right?
It is. I don't know how to put my name on the Zoom.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Normally there's a rename function where you can just change the name.
Right.
Okay. I don't know where that's at. Is it on Zoom?
Yeah.
Yeah, on Zoom. Yeah, in Zoom. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, if you had an Android, it would be easier. But
I don't see it. It may be in the settings, and I didn't want to go into the settings because I didn't know if it had something to do with you guys.
Right.
But anyway, I'll try to figure it out.
Okay.
But yeah, I have everything Apple. But it's sitting here doing my application. I'm getting ready to retire from my job after 20 years.
Right.
And what I'm wondering, do you guys know, is there still going to be a Social Security, or is that over 60 going to replace that?
Over 60 will replace that. So if you're 60 or over, even if you're working, you should get the funds. It's supposed to start a month after the switch to GESARA. So it's starting this month. Then it means in May it should start the payments.
Okay. Okay. One MedBed question. I'm just wondering, I know I've heard it from other people say too, if you're not mentally ready for the MedBeds, it won't work. But I have a son who's 25, who's nonverbal and has autism. So I wonder how that will work.
Well, they're in a state of mind that is transcending everything.
I don't know. I personally think that the MedBeds will work for people, but of course, if you have a very negative attitude, then it might not work. But if you're like open for it,
it's a very
and you're ready, I think some people will need some training before they're actually allowed to go on it, depending on each individual's person. So if you're someone who sees something negative everywhere, you may need some psychological training and to have a positive frame of mind. because you know, you are what you think.
Right.
And if you think everything is terrible, bad, and it's not going to work anyway, then there's no point. But if you're
No, he's
open there and you're sort of curious and you're sort of skeptical, but you want to give it a try, then that's a much better attitude.
Well, he's
All right.
very scary. He has to be sedated to even have his teeth cleaned.
Right.
But he has a very beautiful spirit. He's a
Right.
very happy kid.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, but I think they will be able to help with that. All right.
Good.
No big deal. Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you. Y'all have a good day.
You too. Kyrki. Hi, Kyrki.
Off to Greece.
Yep.
Yes.
How are things in
Hello,
Greece today?
good evening to everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Before I go to my question, can I say to the lady who is trying to see the eBay, I mean, get the Zim note, I got the one from ebay.com, but thanks to the Billy's suggestion, I looked at the second time for the certificate of authenticity, and there are pictures that you can get. Also, you have to see that they come from the United States, and mine came the one in 2 weeks because I got 50 trillion. The 100 trillion hasn't come yet from China. So this is something that you've got to be careful of.
Yeah.
My question, please, is since I stopped my activities in Greece, and I have to be 6 months in Cyprus because this is where I'm regarded as a account. I have my accountant and it's open here in Greece. I'm regarded as a foreign citizen,
right,
of abroad. Will the 5,000 be counted in as because I'm a Greek-born? Will I have to change something of this situation? Are you aware of any kind of that?
I'm kind of in a similar situation. I'm British, but living in Germany. But I do not see an issue getting the money because, you know, I live here. I'm registered as a person here, and why should I not be paid? I've been paying my taxes and whatever. So, as long as you actually are resident in the country, you should be okay.
But I mean, it will be, I'm regarded as a citizen and a resident in Cyprus at the moment. Will I be getting this kind of money in Cyprus rather than Greece?
Well, the money will be put onto a bank account. You can use the bank account wherever you are, surely.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Kyrki.
The app after our demonstration, will you be able to answer the questions for the app?
Yep.
We can do. We'll stay on until we get the important questions.
Because I tried to get it and I couldn't download it last time.
Okay,
So,
we'll handle that. Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You.
Move on to Madie, I would say.
Well, wait. No. Okay.
No.
Let's go to Madie.
Hi, you guys. Okay, I got two quick questions. So, since they, a couple of weeks ago, they were saying back up everything. Now they're saying you might be in an area where you might not even know what's going on. So that being said, do we need to back up everything?
Yeah, they're two different things. Backing up everything means backing up your data. So if you have data on Google, for example, I had quite a lot of data on Google. In fact, over the weekend, I've been downloading, I think, about 300 gigabytes of data, just to make sure, because the big tech companies like Google and Facebook and Amazon and whoever, they are likely to be going offline because of the side they've taken. They've been on the side of the deep states. They've been against us all. So their services are likely to be disappearing and being replaced by other services.
Okay, well, so hold on. You remember years ago, 2000, where they were saying Y2K, back up everything, and then absolutely freaking nothing happened. Well, here, the average normie is still freaking clueless. So if they're clueless, everybody on the planet has crap on their computer, like lawsuit information, emails that are I'm having a hard time believing that this is truly necessary. So, okay, you're saying it is. So, okay, I have one other question. You were talking earlier about the ZIM. So if you're over 60 and I mean, I thought somebody said somewhere if you're over 60, you don't have to have a project, but now you guys are saying that the rate would be much diminished if you don't.
Those are two different things.
Does that apply?
That's
you're talking about two different things.
There's two different things here. The one thing is being over 60. If you're over 60, you get the $5,000 money.
I understand that, but
if you have ZIMs and you're over 60, that could be a reason to get the money without needing a project. But if you're under 60 and want just money, then you're going to get the lower rate.
Okay, but if you're over 60 and you don't have a project, but you have ZIM,
there's a possibility.
Or no?
But that is going to be decided by the manager with whom you're talking. That's not something we can't share. This is going to be an individual decision for you personally, based on your situation. This is not something we can tell you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for the clarification. God bless y'all. Appreciate
All right,
you.
thank you, Madie. All right, Janice Wolf.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, Janice.
I have a couple questions, but I just wanted to comment. You said they're changing all the government. And I've been on jury duty. It started last week for this week and next week. And
fun.
The very first day was like orientation.
Yeah.
But then they sent us home early. Then we went the next day, but they sent us home early. And each day they've had us call that night for the next day. And every other day, including Monday, it says no jurors needed, no jurors needed, So I'm curious if that's is that why you think?
Most likely,
it is a
yes.
Possibility, yes.
Where are you based?
I'm in Kentucky.
They're in Kentucky, yeah. Because the government, the government, as I understand it, particularly in Washington D.C., but possibly elsewhere as well, has basically lost its power. Is no longer legitimate as of 1st of April.
Anyway, I just found that when you said that, it just I bet that's why maybe.
Yeah, it does. It does sound plausible.
Yeah, it is a ponderable to ponder,
Yeah. My daughter works for Spectrum, which is telephone,
Right.
And I was wondering, would that be putting her out of a job? Would that, they won't use that anymore.
Good.
Right?
Yeah. If they're going to switch off the existing mobile phone systems.
I've been telling her to look for something else, but she just thinks I'm wacko.
Yeah, but depending on what she does for Spectrum, there's a possibility of being retrained. Okay.
Yeah,
that's right.
And for the Q phones and the technology that goes along with them,
that would be great.
There would be people that would be needed to answer questions about the Q phones.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Well,
I officially work for Assyrian Wireless Insurance. Okay. Which is a company that provides insurance for your cell phones. So, and I work primarily with Verizon customers. All right. So,
she works on the phone and sets up accounts and can, fixes things on their accounts and different things. So
it's the technology which is changing, whether it's going to be the 4G or 5G, which we currently have, or the new system. They're still phones. They still need to learn how to use them. They still need whatever contract or whatever.
Technical support, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
All right.
And one thing my other question, I just wanted to know, as far as I have one of the ZIMs, that the 100 trillion, and I'm almost 70, so I don't really have a project, so to speak, but I wanted to give to the healing centers for these rescued children and possibly even help.
You can donate.
And things like that.
Donate.
You can donate it.
I just say I would like to donate money for that.
You can do that. You can do that. Then you get your component. Then you donate the rest. Yeah, you can do that.
Exactly.
So I wouldn't really need a layout of the plan. Just
if you had something specific in mind, that's one thing. But if you just want to give it to, to do the most good. Yeah, that's great.
I do. Okay, well, that's kind of all I had then.
All right. Well, thank you, Janice.
So much. You guys are amazing.
We do our best.
Thank you.
All right. Hoy Do. Hello, Hoy.
I'm one of the. Is this the free episode today?
The free episode? No. This is the normal episode. The free episode was last week, which was free to everybody, and this one is for members.
But I didn't pay anything.
You haven't paid anything? Well, you must have got the link from somewhere.
Yeah, but I'm sorry because it's not like I don't want to pay, but because I don't have money in my bank account. So
okay, not to worry. You're here now. Carry on.
All right. Okay. What's your question, Khoi?
Okay, so I want to give out some Zim away.
Right.
I successfully give 3 Zim away in my part. I give 2 Zim away to my internet group and 1 for the very poor people, and they accept it.
Okay.
All my family, all my friends, they don't accept it. They think I'm crazy.
Yeah, that's normal.
That's normal. Yeah.
That's normal.
Everybody thinks I'm crazy.
Yeah. My family says, I shouldn't be doing this currency thing. I should do a normal job and earn my money.
Right. Just
look at the background. This is my property.
Nice.
Right. Great. Sound looks
nice.
good.
I see lots of tall pines. Yeah.
22 acre.
Yeah. If you got those white pines, but you have
the property. Well, that's worth something.
Yeah. If you have the white pines there on your property, then you can collect the pine needles fresh off the tree, make an iced tea with it, and that is a natural heavy metals detox.
Oh, the pine needle?
Yes,
the pine needles. So you make tea out of the pine needles.
So you can sell pine needle tea. It's good for people who have COVID.
Yeah, you pick them fresh off the white pines, all right, and then you boil them, make an iced tea with it, and that helps detoxify the body. Put a little honey in it, natural honey from the area. That'd be great.
Yeah, my 3 younger sisters, they didn't accept my Zim, so I said okay.
Well, that's unfortunate.
When it happens, then they'll be interested.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Yeah.
Wait.
He still has one question. He has.
Okay.
Yeah, but I would like to give some Zim away too. Should I send it to Billy or to Peter?
Well, I would contact us through the forum, and we'll hook you up with somebody that you can give it to.
That's right. Yeah, I think it would be good if we can have members helping other members. That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we cannot do it alone. We have to do it for we need manpower.
That's right. That will be a topic of the next meeting, because next meeting is all about humanitarian projects and bonds and how to do it. So that is the topic of the next meeting.
Okay. So I still could access to the next Zoom meeting.
Well, if you can find the link, because we only sent the link. We only sent the link to people who are registered members this time.
I understand.
Yeah.
I do understand that. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for what you have done for humanity.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you, Hoy. All right. And I'll be posting my email address through the forum here in just a moment. Let's move on to Maria Claudia D. Hello, Maria. Go ahead and unmute.
My question is, I also have some other currencies that somebody gave to me. I just have them there. So I have some rupees and a couple of bills from Russia. Can I take those currencies too with me? Besides the dinars or dongs?
Well, when you make the appointment, I would tell the person you make the appointment with what currencies you have, and then they will be able to make sure you get to the right people, because we can't answer what other currencies they're going to be taking. But when you make the appointment, you can ask that question.
Yeah, because I thought, I still have those there. I'm doing nothing with them.
Yeah.
they might exchange them. I don't know if they still have any value.
Try. Nothing wrong in trying.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
That's it.
All right. Thank you, Maria.
Every question is being answered by everybody else.
All right. We got time for one more before we move on to the demo. Ed Arnett. Ed, go ahead.
Hi there. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Absolutely.
My wife and I, we went together and bought 2 of the 100 trillion ZINs. Do we have to go into separate appointments, or do we go together, or?
That is a question which you ask when you make the appointment, because if you're working on 2 separate projects, then you will have separate appointments or separate decisions. But maybe you can go together and have times one after the other. That's possible. If you have working both on the same project, then you can probably go in together.
Okay. Then also, I bought some $10 trillion notes, and they don't total 100 trillion. I was going to give them to my son and grandsons and stuff like that. Would they have to make an appointment for that?
If you're going to exchange ZIMs, you have to make an appointment.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I would have to do it, or they would. If I give it to them,
if you give it to them,
whoever the holder of the currency has to make the appointment.
That's right.
Okay, but the 10 trillion will work for an appointment.
Yeah, why not? I originally got 10 trillion notes, and you'll get less money, obviously, but for a small project, that's probably enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Do they have to have a project with the 10?
They should do.
If they don't, then you're going to get a lesser rate. Okay.
Right. I get that. I'm just there are a lot of them are what you have, Billy, with to say, and Peter. They think I'm nuts.
That's normal. We're all nuts.
Yeah, they think we're nuts. I'm just driving the car.
They're going to change their mind very quickly when they find out what happens.
Right. I just drive the car and I drive everybody crazy.
Yeah, that's right. Just try not to say I told you so.
Well, okay, this is just a little thing on the side. My web address, I'm not giving it away, but it is rnuts.
Oh, nice. Okay. I like that.
that. Sounds good.
All right. Thank you, Ed. All right, Peter, it is time.
That's right. It's time. So I don't know how many newbies we have on here on the group. So can you write in the chat if you're here now and you missed the last show where we demonstrated it? See how many we've got. Just say yes, me, or something like that. Saw it and it works. I'm seeing. I missed the last show. I missed it.
Okay, great.
Okay, we got a few which missed it.
First of all, a couple of Telegram things that you want to do. In the upper right-hand portion of your screen, you'll see 9 dots that has the word view next to it.
I would call it a grid, yeah.
Grid. Switch it to speaker mode, not gallery or immersive, speaker mode. And whoever is doing the most talking is the one that's going to be up on your screen. That's very important because we want to focus on Peter, okay? Because that's very important for this part of it. So that's the Telegram portion of it. The rest of you need to stay muted. Otherwise, we're going to have interruptions, okay? So I'm going to monitor that real close. I'm going to shut off my video. Peter, take it away.
Right. Okay. So now we're going on to an experiment. Now, I'm not going to explain it in such detail as I did on the last show because the people who missed it have probably seen the recording, and so you'll have caught it there. I will still say enough so that you can do the experiment. But the main thing is to get on, and so the people who missed it, and also the people who did take part, has another opportunity to try it out as well. So what you're going to need, and I hope you have it, are 2 glasses and a bitter drink. It could be orange juice, it could be lemon juice, it could also be whiskey. So I'm going to talk for a little bit. So if you haven't quite got it in front of you, you can still go and collect 2 glasses, 2 identical glasses, and they have to have clear sides. So if you have like a pattern on it, or it's a kind of different shapes, then that's not suitable. This is a clear glass, and also a wine glass would be very good, because wine glass is good because it has a very thin glass and it's clear. So because it's not a plastic glass, nothing in plastic. So yeah, it looks good. And so I'm going to take some orange juice. This is German orange juice, direct Saft, Orangensaft, which means orange juice. And direct means it was not made of concentrate. And I'm going to you fill it half full, not full, just half full. The reason being is there's only so much influence we can have over a Zoom conference. So if you have a full glass, then it will be harder to have an effect on the entire contents of the glass. That's why we say for these demonstrations only a half glass. Now you need 2 glasses with the same amount of fluid in each glass. So if you can prepare that, and once you've got the drinks poured and in front of you, okay, yeah. So I can see Janice Wolf I can see 1 glass. Have you got the second glass as well? Yes, there we go. Yep, I can see Kyrki's got it. Madie is doing it very well. Thomas, I don't see any glasses yet. There's one. Fine, great. Okay, yes, I can. Patricia Hilliard, I can also see. 4 glasses. Well, that's good, right. So I want you to put these glasses on the table, and I want you to take one of the 2 glasses, and I want you to take it out of sight of the screen, to put it in a place where no light from your screen is going to get to that glass. Okay, very important, because the other glass is the control. In other words, so that you know what happens when no treatment has come. So you've got to be able to have something to compare with it. So the other glass has to be hidden away, because otherwise, you're going to not believe it. But I'm sure that's not a problem. So now you're left with 1 glass. Yeah, just 1 glass. Now what we're going to do now is I'm going to shine a light from my smartphone. This is an Android smartphone, by the way, for those with iPhones. But you could do this with an iPhone as well. Now you need to hold the glass up to the camera. Now, when you hold the glass, don't hold it like this, because that would your fingers would then be in the way of the light getting to the drink. So you have to hold it in such a way that the free part of the glass is facing the monitor, because if you don't do that, obviously the light cannot hit the juice. Okay. If you've got a wine glass, it's easy, because you can then hold it from below and then the whole surface, or you could theoretically hold it from above the liquid level. The main thing is that you hold this up to the monitor. Make sure that the monitor is in what they call speaker view, so that you have a larger image. Because if it's just a tiny little image on the gallery view, then not enough light is going to hit your drink. So make sure you're in speaker view. So that we have the effect. So you're all ready. You've got your glasses ready. So I would say we can move on. I'm going to start the app, and let me see. Here's the app. I'm starting what's called the hydration app. There you go. And I have to log in. 1 second. Sometimes it forgets to log in. Good. I'm now logged in. It says "Hi Peter" at the top. Then I click on "Use an Android" because I have an Android phone, and then that is the program. And then I'm now going to start the app with this little green button and shine the light into the camera, and you just hold your drinks up to the screen, not to the camera in your case, up to the screen in your case. It's not just light, it's also sound. So you'll be hearing a sound as well, and sound is part of the treatment. So, okay, we're going to start right now. As soon as this program starts, 1 second. good. That's all it is. That's the treatment. And so put the glass now onto the table and go and fetch the other glass. Make sure that you know which one is which, of course. So I'll give you a minute or two so that everybody can fetch the other glass. And just so that, and it's very important you follow what the instructions in the order I tell them. I can explain later why. But first of all, pick up the untreated glass and smell it. Don't drink, just smell. Now put it down and try the treated glass and notice the difference. Should be a softer aroma. You know, if you have comments, write them in the chat. So we found the secret on how Jesus turned water into wine. Well, maybe he had the hydration app at the time. I don't know. Much softer. Yes, it should be a softer, sweeter aroma. It improves the aroma. Okay, now we've done that. Now take a sip out of the treated glass. And you know, feel it in your mouth and notice that if it should be some kind of bitter drink, and notice that there's no aftertaste. The aftertaste is gone, and that it's sweeter, rounder, smoother. Okay, that's that. I'll explain the reasons why this is in a minute. Now take a sip out of the untreated glass. You notice the difference? I can see people nodding. Yes, it's a much harsher, more bitter taste, and you have an aftertaste, whereas you don't have an aftertaste with the treated drink. It's So So the number one question people ask is why? What has actually happened? Because all I did was shine a light into a camera, and you held I was not exchanging the fluids. It's the same fluid. It all came from the same same bottle. So why does one taste better? The reason is free radicals. Yeah, you may have heard the term free radicals. Maybe you don't even know what free radicals mean. But what happens is a free radical is basically a missing electron in an atom. So you have atoms, and through effects like radio waves, could it be Wi-Fi, could be 3G, 4G, 5G, environmental radio, environmental things, has an effect on food and drinks, and also on ourselves as people. What happens is that electrons get lost. And this happens to your fruit. And as they get lost, it turns your fruit, your vegetables, whatever, stale. Because when you pick an orange straight from a tree and then eat it, it's going to taste delicious, very sweet, a beautiful taste. But if you put that orange into a box, transport it halfway around the world, and then sell it, then there's a lot of time where radiation and environmental influences can have an effect on that fruit, and that basically it loses electrons through free radicals, and that is something you taste in the form of it being bitter and giving you an aftertaste. That's how you notice. It's also much more unhealthy if it's missing electrons, because what happens is when you put the drink into your body and it's missing electrons, it will scavenge electrons from your body, which is not a good idea. That's one of the major reasons why people age. That a lot of people who've been using the hydration app for a while notice that their cells start getting younger. So a lot of women are very keen on this because it makes them look younger again. And that also they're using face creams, that the face creams will be much better absorbed. It has a very positive effect on the cells of your body. That's why the company which made this is called Cell Wellbeing. Yeah, it's all about the improving the health of your body via these means. And so what happens is the phone, when you shine the light on it, the light has been modulated in a special way. There are over 80 frequencies involved in doing this. And they managed to be able to program the light in your phone to emit special frequencies, which basically cause the electrons to be added back to your fruit, to the atoms of your fruit, or whatever it is you're doing. It could be yourself, yeah. That replaces the electrons which have been lost, and that returns the fruit back to the fresher state it was when it was originally taken from the tree, when it was still connected to the life of the tree. So this effect is tremendous. And so this is not just a cosmetically making it taste better. It is actually better for yourself. There is a process called Easy Water. It was developed by Professor, I think, Pollock or something, who lives in Washington, D.C. Well, Washington State, not Washington, D.C. He has been researching the effects of what he calls the fourth phase of water. And this app converts normal water, H2O, into the fourth phase of water, which is H3O2. That means you are adding an electron to the hydrogen atom, you're adding an electron to the oxygen atom, H3O2. And that is this fourth phase of water, which is also nicknamed easy water, EZ water if you're British, but easy has kind of a double meaning. And you can see some videos on the website, which we have, which explain that. And in fact, I'm about to show you a video, which I must admit I haven't queued up yet. I've got to queue it up quickly. I'm going to show you a video which will give you a brief introduction as to this process.
Optimize your hydration with Cell Wellbeing's hydration app. The app recreates natural crystalline structures which are often found in fresh spring waters. These structures enhance absorption and hydration capabilities. A liquid's original crystalline structure can be broken by the conduction of electromagnetic waveforms. These invisible waveforms surround us all, as they are needed to run Wi-Fi paraphernalia and mobile phones. The Cell Wellbeing app conquers a liquid's electro-oxidizing waves by harnessing quantum mechanic technologies with biophotonic frequencies. Apply the app's rejuvenating frequencies onto any liquid before consumption, and you will notice the liquid enjoys a fresher aroma and smoother taste. The app can also be used on face creams and body lotions to improve their absorbability. You can even create your own misted water spray to control smaller unwanted wrinkles or to bolster your balance and strength. As light is faster than sound, you can demonstrate the app's biophoton effectiveness over thousands of kilometers simply by shining your phone's web app light onto your computer's camera during a live video conference. The video participants who are holding a glass of liquid up to the screen will all discover that their glass of juice or water becomes lighter in color, smoother in taste, and has an improved aroma. Children similarly prefer the taste of their juice and milk after the use of the app. Pets also prefer their drinking water revitalized with the Cell Wellbeing app. The Cell Wellbeing app has been economically priced at only $2.50 USD per month with the promotion code. The app includes two separate functions. Hydration optimizes all liquids before consumption, while the Life application creates a stimulated misted spray which supports balance and mental performance. To own your own Cell Wellbeing app and receive all of these important wellness benefits, use your smartphone with the promotion code to visit our website today.
So there you can see the websites where you can get the hydration app, and let me just show you what that looks like. And so let me just do this full screen. So now you can see the website. This is the landing page where you get to when you go to hydrationapp.com. That is the video you just watched. So we're going to go past that. Here you see a list of the various capabilities of the hydration and life apps. There are two apps in one, so to speak. So it optimizes your hydration, recreates crystalline structures. Let's go from here. That is basically the text of the video. So that's actually so let's move it on. You could use it for tea and coffee as well, but then obviously you have to shine the light from above, so that's not suitable for live video conferences. That's why we recommend juices. But you can improve your tea or coffee. People love it in tea as well. It also improves the hydration and detoxifies and energizes your cell. Not only did it help you have more fluid in your body, but it charges your cells. Your cells are like little batteries, and a lot of them are depleted in energy. That's when you feel a bit weak and whatever. And this process, when you drink the liquid, not in the first drink, it takes a little while. You have to keep on drinking for it to get into all your cells, because obviously one glass is not enough. So over a period of 2 or 3 weeks of drinking, of basically, everything you drink should be treated with the app, then you will start to notice this effect. As I say, not in the first drink. And it will give you more energy, make you more vital, more energetic, and feel better. And this also protects you from Wi-Fi, 5G, etc. Because if you have more energy in your cells, it builds a kind of field which protects you from radiation. If you're a wine connoisseur, you're going to love this app just as much as if you like whiskey. The other app is a little spray bottle. So you need a little blue spray bottle. You treat the water, which you then pour into this spray bottle, and then you spray it on yourself, and that will immediately wake you up and also make you more concentrated, and you can work better and stuff. I use it every day. You should, if it's a blue bottle, you should replace the water every 2 days, because the effect of the on the water will wear out, particularly if ultraviolet rays. If you're using a white bottle, you need to replace the water every day, because it will lose the effect in the water otherwise. But that's just a matter of pouring in more water and treating again. No hidden costs. You need your smartphone. You need obviously the drinks you're buying, and the app, which is $2.50 a month or $25 a year, which I would recommend. Then you don't have to bother renewing every month. Here it is if you're being washed out. I often spend long hours in front of the computer, particularly after this show, doing the editing. And then if I'm losing concentration, I just spray myself, and then I can get back to work. It's great if you need to do some work. Obviously, you still need your sleep. If For women, they love the beauty aspects because it revitalizes your skin. It also makes the skin smoother and healthier, and has somewhat of an anti-aging effect. And it protects you from radiation. What you will also notice, or what we certainly noticed in test, is that when you play the app on your phone, it will also affect the phone itself, because there are some precious metals in the phone which will also start absorbing the effect to such an extent that your phone will be harmonized and also no longer emitting harmful radiation to you. It is basically a very effective antioxidant. So by adding the electrons to replace the free radicals, it neutralizes the damage which has been caused, and thereby makes whatever you're eating or drinking much more healthy. But you can, of course, treat yourself. You can shine the light on yourself, and it will also help to renew your own body. It also has a chi effect. So it can help improve your skin, and eczema can heal faster. It's based on technology from Nikola Tesla. And so you can read that later on the website. Let's go to learn more. It also does something called grounding. Now, I didn't talk about this on the last meeting. Grounding is basically everybody is like an electrical system. And like all electrical systems, you need to ground. And most people, because they're wearing rubber-soled shoes, are insulated from the ground, meaning that a lot of electricity levels stay in the body which shouldn't be there. Now, there are two ways of solving that. One way, which anybody can do, is just go walk bare feet in grass. That will ground you, and if you have inflammations and things, that will help a lot. The other way you can do it is to spray yourself with the water from the Life app. That will also aid you in grounding yourself. Something which is very, very good for your health. So I won't read this. There's a lot of information here on the website which you can read, which explains it in more detail. You see this one particularly changes. It also shows we use the Emoto Institute. Professor Emoto is well known for his effect for imaging water where people have expressed feelings and found that different patterns appear. We went to his lab and had our app tested there. It was very interesting. So let us go here. If you want to buy the app, you go to here, get the app. Click on get the app. And here on this page, it gives you instructions on how to order it. I recommend playing this little video here. It's 6 minutes long, but it guides you through the process so that you don't make mistakes when you're actually ordering it. It explains the whole process. It's well worth a watch. The elementary parts are also here in the shape of 4 images. Very important is that you click on this button here, because otherwise you won't be able to enter this data field, birth field, which is needed to complete the order. The standard price is $3.50, but because you're getting a code from us, you're going to get a discount of $1, or alternatively, it'll also get that $1 discount on the year price. So then you're paying $25 for a year. If you're on this website on your smartphone, then you press the green button to be taken to the order page. If you're on the website on your desktop or notebook computer, then you get your smartphone out and you scan this code so that you can carry on the ordering process on your phone. This code automatically handles the promotion code, so we've kind of automated it for you. So let's just go there to the order page, just walk you through this briefly. Click on either buy now, it doesn't matter which, is the same. The hydration app and life app are included in one package. So here you have the option to choose for a 1 month subscription for $2.50 or a 1 year subscription for $25. Click on Buy Now. And here is where you have to click on this button at the top so that you can fill in this form, okay? So you just basically fill in the questions. They're pretty standard stuff. If there's a little red star in it, that's something you have to enter. If there's no red star, then you don't. I think there are some that, like here, order notes, you don't have to enter anything into that. So there you see a summary of the order. Discount $25 a year. So ordering now, your first renewal will be on April 3rd. Then, quite normal, you just enter your debit or credit card number. Here you have your expiry date and your code, the CVC code. It's a little bit faint, but you enter that all. Click on here, click on sign up now, and that will enable the website to complete the order, so that you're taken to your credit card or whatever, so that you can complete the order. So with that all done, let me go back. I think I've got to go back here. Go back here, and let's go back here. So after that, you go to the website, go back to this website, and here you can have instructions on how to install it on your Android phone or how to install the app on an Apple smartphone. So let's go to the Android phone as an example. Takes you to this page, and it gives you full instructions with video. Here's the video, and also every stage is displayed as to how to order it. So I'm not going to go through this now in detail, just showing you that gives you full instructions on how to install and use the app on your phone. There are two apps, the hydration app and life app, but there is only one installation. On the hydration app and life app are within the same app. And here as well, it's showing you how to use it. And that's basically it. If you have other questions, we have the support area. There's the same for the installation on an iPhone. It takes you to your account page and the Telegram and forum group for the hydration app. So that's basically it. Let me return back to normality. And now I'm open for your questions.
All right, Jim Dixon. Jim, you got a question?
Yes, hello. Good to see you both again, and thank you for all your work you've done. Now, I did sign up for the year, and when I went, I have an iPhone, and when I got down to, it says add to the home screen, there was nothing on my phone that I can do that. It's everything else except that is not there. So I wasn't able to download it to my screen. Is there something else I can do?
Right. If you saw add to home screen, then you are probably following the instructions for the Android phone instead of the iOS. If you go to the support page, and then if you go to iOS iPhone, then installation on the hydration app website, that will give you full instructions on how to install it on there, because it's a slightly different process on an iPhone to on an Android phone. On an iPhone, you basically have to click on a button in the top right corner in order to add it to the home screen. So I would say go back to the website, watch the video. It explains the entire process. Which iPhone do you have?
iPhone 6S.
The 6S. Because there are two types of phone. There are different procedures depending on how old your phone is.
Right. The 6S is a little bit older. May have a little bit more limitations than the newer iPhone.
Well, not really. It's just a different operation. It's just a different way of operating it. But it does say select the app and your iPhone on the installation screen, and just make sure you click on it where it says on iPhone 8 or below in your case, and that will guide you through what to do on your specific iPhone.
Okay. Thank
All
you
right.
very much. God bless you
All right.
both.
You're
All right.
welcome.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Commander, would you mind giving me back the con?
Oh, let me think if I can do that.
Click on my name. I got my hand raised.
Yes.
And,
Okay. I can see you. Make host. Yes. Okay. Always hurts me
all
to
right.
do that,
Thank
but
you.
let's do it.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Patricia Hilliard.
I thought Kyrki was next.
I got Patricia up next.
All right, we'll do her next then. Okay, Patricia.
Got to unmute, dear.
Okay, I'm unmuted. So when we do the signal on our water, I guess it's most effective if you drink it immediately, just like in the Life app. You have to change the water every couple of days, or just like you say in Orange, you pick it, and after a couple of days of travel, it doesn't taste as tasty. So is that a correct assumption?
Right. Yes, the effect will wear off. So it's ideal basically to treat it and then drink it.
Right.
If you want a stronger effect, you can run the program up to 3 times.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Yeah. So if you want a more strength, for example, I did that on a Christmas tree. You know, at Christmas, I all the water I gave the tree was treated 3 times with the hydration app. And after 4 weeks, we had the tree up for 4 weeks. We left it on up that long on time. There were no pine needles falling off.
So did you have to do it every day? You had to treat it 3
No.
times?
I just, I just gave the tree some water, poured it in, and then when I was giving the tree more water, I just treated the water which I then added.
Okay,
That's all you had to do. What
right.
they also recommend is, when you're treating more than once, to stir the water and in an anti-clockwise direction, because that's nature is anti-clockwise, or
right.
some people say to the left. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Patricia. Hello, Barbara. Go ahead and unmute.
I thought we were going to Kyrki.
Your screen might be different from mine. Okay.
Maybe yes. Okay. We'll do Kyrki next.
All right.
Okay, my question is, if we're getting new phones, if I bought like a year subscription on the iPhone, what do I do when I get my Q phone?
We're going to mirror. It should be able to mirror over.
No. You just install the Android app on the new phone, because the new phone is based on Android, and then you can just go back to the website. It gives you instructions on how to install it for Android, and then it will run on Android.
Well,
or
didn't you say
on Q phone.
You could only install it on one device?
No, you could install it on several devices, but you can only use it on one device at a time.
Okay. So once the iPhone is bye-bye, then...
That's right. You just install it on your new phone, and then you log in on the new phone. When you log in on the new phone, it will then no longer work on the old phone.
Gotcha. Okay. That makes sense.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you, Barbara.
Thanks.
All right, Kyrki.
Hello, and thank you.
Finally.
Yeah, I got 2 questions, please. The one is, can we use it on ourselves since it is our body's 75% water on spots that are painful or discomfort or whatever?
Yes.
Okay.
You can use it on yourself, very much so. It has like a chi effect, and so obviously if you're going to do it on your skin, then obviously you have to remove the clothes to do it, because otherwise you're just hitting the clothing. Yes, you can, and it will have effect, because we are like 80% water, and it has an effect on the water. So it just makes you feel younger, and and so you do this a few weeks, then you'll look like you're 25.
All right.
Well, maybe not 25.
How long? I'm setting 35, 40. That's it.
There you go.
How long does it come with some instructions in, or do we get it progressively, a few minutes and then gradually build up? Or doesn't it?
What you're doing is you're replacing electrons in the water, And also, when you drink it, and the water gets to your cells, that has an effect which pushes out any contaminants. So if anybody has taken any drug or injection or something recently which they maybe should not have done, then it will help to detoxify you.
Okay.
Over
And one
time.
practical one.
Pardon?
Okay. One practical one. I'm in the process here as I was listening, and I got in my iPhone account username. Is this the one that we use in the GESARA group, or is a different one that I need to set for login?
You mean in the phone app? You obviously when you sign up, you give a username. You have to invent a username. So obviously, it's the username you gave when you signed up.
Okay, that's the one that I better put. Okay, thank you very much, Peter. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, who to now?
All right, now we're going to Ron West.
Ron West. Hello, Ron again.
Hello, yes. I wanted to tell you a bit more about the grounding, because there is a company called Groundology.
Right.
There's a guy called Kurt Obin, I think he is, in the States, that brought it out a few years ago. But basically what it is sheets and mats that are grounded all the time that you can put your feet on, and also sleeping, obviously, your sheets.
Yes.
All that sort of thing. And that's what I've been doing for the last 3 years. So it's been extremely beneficial to get a good night's sleep.
Yeah, that's right. It's a big problem that most people are not grounded at all.
That's right.
And then you have much more infections and aches and pains and things. But a lot of people will help them. They can just go out into the garden and walk bare feet. If you walk bare feet for about a quarter of an hour each day in your garden, that will have a tremendous improvement for your health. We have a video about grounding, a very nice video on the website. I recommend watching it.
Okay. And the other thing is, can I speak to you guys about water too? Because I'm a specialist in hydration.
Oh, right. Okay.
All right. We'll have to do that, yeah, at some point in time.
Does you want to talk to us directly?
Yes, please.
Yes, okay. Well, send me your email or phone number or something via the contact us page on the website.
Info at NESARA-GESARA-QFS.com.
Yeah,
okay.
or just use the contact us form on the website, on the forum.
Yep.
Yeah.
I will do. All right, thanks.
All right, thanks, Ron.
I can give you a call. It's not a problem.
All right,
thank you.
All right, Madie.
Hey, thanks again. Can I buy it once and then put it on my phone and both of my kids' phones, or do I have to buy it 3 times?
3 times. It will only it'll only log into one phone at a time.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Welcome. Thank you. All right, Lynn Christ. Hello, Lynn. Need to unmute, dear.
You need to unmute. We can't hear you.
Well, no. I don't understand why not. I've already bought the app, and I've got my receipt. So I went in and I opened it. I went into my account, put in my user ID, password. I go to activities, and when I hit download, it comes up and says no downloads yet available yet. Browse products. I don't understand why I'm not able to download.
You can't download the app? Or...
No, if I hit download, should I be able to download the app then?
It is what you're basically getting. What looks like an app is actually just a link, and and so when you start the app, it's like starting a website. So you're not actually downloading a physical file so much as just setting up a link on your phone. Are you using Android or iPhone?
iPhone.
Go to the website under support, iPhone installation, follow the instructions to the letter, and that should set it up for you.
No, I can't find support.
I
logged in and it says account activities, invite or log out.
Account activities.
So I chose account activities.
Which website are you on? I'm talking about hydration-app.com. If you go to that website, then I think you don't initially see the menu. You have to click the Learn More or something at the bottom to get to it, and then you'll see the menu at the top, and then you just go to Support, and then iOS phone and installation, and that will take you to the full instructions as to how to install it on your phone.
All right, I'm not having, okay, I need to, all right, I need to log in someplace other than where I'm at now.
Probably.
Is that right?
You don't need to log in to see the support page.
Okay, then okay, I need to log out then.
You don't have to log out either, but it's just like you go there with a web browser. Use your web browser, go to the hydration-app.com and then look for the support pages.
Okay. I need to do something else here. I can't figure out how to do this.
Okay.
Hydration, HYDRATION, hydration app.
Hydration-app.com.
Hydration-app.com.
Ah.
If you haven't got the app, then you're probably in the wrong place.
Yep.
Well, that's probably why I'm having so much trouble. Okay. I agree. It says introduction to the cell well-being, hydration, and life.
Sounds like you're in the right. Sounds like you're in the right place.
Right.
Okay, and so I go where and find the support page.
Okay, go to the bottom of the page and you'll see a button Learn More or an arrow pointing to the right. Press either of those.
Okay, got it.
And then you'll see the menu at the top, and then you can go to support Android, iPhone, whatever.
Learn more. And so there are instructions here how to download it.
Absolutely. Download how to install it. It's all there in great detail with pictures, with videos, everything.
Okay. All right.
All right, let's move on.
I'll do that while you're answering more questions.
All right. Thank you. It looks like we buzzed through everybody.
Yeah, we got everybody who has questions.
Yes.
Wow, that was good. Not so many people with questions. So please tell me or write in the chat. What was your experience this one, particularly the people who've tried it today for the first time?
Did you notice a difference? Yes.
Did you notice a difference? Was it good? Did it work for you? So yes, I'm seeing live action. Yes.
All right,
so
great.
What were you using with? Were you using with orange juice? Were you using with whiskey or wine or grapefruit juice?
It'll work with vodka.
Vodka it will work with, yes.
All right.
Any better drink.
All right, we have Athena with a question. Go ahead, Athena.
Hi guys.
Hi, Athena.
I was chatting back to you with your question. I had a question from earlier, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
I've been hearing a lot of people talk about the tier 4s from the banks and stuff, but I don't really understand it or how many tiers there are or their purpose. Is there anybody that can explain that?
Yeah, there are 5 tiers. And the first 4 are higher up, basically. There's a 4A and there's a 4B. We are 4B. So basically, you can forget all the other tiers because tier 5 is the general public. So we're like the group before the general public. So we're expecting tier 4B to happen in about a week, something like that. We don't know the exact date, but in about a week. And then what happens then is that there will be numbers. There'll be an 0800 number released, and a website released, and we'll be able to then use that to apply for an appointment to make an exchange. So when the number, we will be releasing it where everybody involved in this will be releasing this as much as possible. Then you phone the number or you go to the website, you say who you are, make an appointment, and then you go to your individual appointment to exchange your funds.
Perfect. And then
All right.
who's in 4A then if we're in 4B?
4A is the very large bondholders, the ones that have the massive worldwide humanitarian projects that have already been registered. Okay, so those people have been paid out at this point. All right.
Okay.
Or are
Wonderful.
making appointments to be paid out. Yes.
All right. Thank you, Athena.
Thank
All right.
you.
You're
Tina.
welcome.
I see Tina with a big sunshine.
That's right. A very sunshiny person.
Uh-huh. Tina, go ahead and unmute. Tina?
Chainbuilders.com.
Yep.
Or is it beach? No, it's not quite beach, is it?
No, not quite. Bow Chain Builders?
Bow Chain Builders,
yeah.
yes.
All right.
You're getting there.
There she is.
There she is. We're wondering what you look
My
like.
screen went away when I tried to unmute and do that other good stuff.
And I see you're just as a sunny person as your image.
Yes.
Thank you. I got the app. I actually got it to download and have used it. My challenge is I can't get the flashlight to consistently work. It'll work sometimes, but not other times.
Are you using an Android or iPhone?
Yes, Android.
And Android, it should work. I say each Android phone is different. The problem with Androids is there's a wide range of phones, but in general, in our tests, it does work.
I mean, it has worked. I mean, it's just not consistent.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
I should uninstall the app and then reinstall it.
Normally, you just install it once, and because what happens when you start the app, you're actually telling the servers, which are based in Hong Kong, to start sending you the music and sound. So it can take a little while before that process starts, depending on the speed of your internet connection. But the light should actually go on when you press the button. But I've had the case where you sometimes have to press the button twice for the light to go on. So if the light doesn't go on when you press it the first time, press it again. It should then go on.
Okay, I'll try that.
All right. Thank you. If there's nobody else with any questions, Peter, let's wrap things up.
Yeah, we got to the 3 hour mark now?
Yeah, we're at the 3 hour mark right now.
Wow. Okay. Okay, well, I think we've had a great show today, and I hope you all enjoyed it immensely. We certainly enjoyed making it. Fantastic, exciting times happening politically, and it is going to get close to times when we go, particularly if you have a Zim bonds, that we have to go to a meeting. So that's going to be the topic of our next meeting. It's a 007 Zim bond meeting, and we're going to be discussing what you have to do to prepare for your meeting, prepare your projects, and everything related to that. So it's a special edition next week. We think it's very aptly timed. It's on April the 007 of April. So we're going to get the 007. I think it's going to be a great show. We're going to have some fun, but we're going to give you some really important info to help you preparing your projects for your meetings, which will then probably not be long away.
Exactly.
So join us,
Miss Moneypenny.
So it's a must see on Thursday, this coming Thursday.
All right. But anyway, thank you all for showing up today. We really appreciate it. And we will see you on the next one on Thursday, okay?
Absolutely. Another special.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank
you.
you. Take care. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.
Glastonbury.
Bye.
Oh, wow.
Lots of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And I hope you all enjoyed the app.
Learning
And I'll come as Miss Moneypenny.
Bye-bye.
Oh, right. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, yes, we need a Miss
Bye,
Moneypenny.
Billy.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye, Barbara.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Kaniche, Miranda, Stella, Rosemary. Hi, Rosemary. Craig, Angie, Richard, see you there. John Edwards. Wave hi, John.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Thanks
Take
again.
care.
Bye,
And
you guys. Thanks
I'm
so
looking forward to,
much.
I'm looking forward to the
And I'll
next
wait
one.
until the next one.
All right. Thank you all.
Won't
Joan
pretend to be James
Pendergrass.
Bond.
See you there.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.
All right. Bye,
Bye-bye.
Christy.
Bye-bye.
Stopping the recording.